What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Man, Jeremy, that music. Yeah, I saw you had a question there. You said, what song am I going to use today? I stuck with the Latin America theme song because we're South Florida. Very, very close to that, man. Absolutely love the countdown music. Shout out Jeremy Harvey Music for providing that for the channel. Good to see everybody here again. I didn't know if the stream was actually going to happen. It's been kind of a crazy day. Chasing bunnies around the yard, trying to get them, and then some technical difficulties here at the office, the V1 HQ, but we are up and running, and we have a very interesting set of flights in front of us today. Fort Lauderdale to Tampa, possibly. I'm really thinking we're going to do the return leg. We might go right back to Lauderdale, or we might actually go to Miami, just depending on what we feel like doing. But the weather is low, and I was thinking we've never done a Cat 3 Autoland test in this airplane yet. So what better day to actually test an Autoland? We might try that out here in Tampa. So that'll be fun. We'll talk about that. Short en route time, but it's going to be action-packed. It should be a lot of fun. Shout out some of the members in chat. Digital Merc, good to see you. Carl Blunden, Scott, Magnus, good to see you as well. Crow, 14-month celebration. All aboard Juicy Fruit Airlines. Thank you for your continued support, man. I very, very much appreciate that. Exactly. We are aboard the Juicy Fruit Spiritual Wings tonight. We are in vSpirit. I wasn't sure what we should do today. I thought maybe we should continue with the Latin America tour, but we're going to pick that back up this weekend, probably on Sunday. So we're going to be doing that on Sunday, but VA Friday, we're back in it. vSpirit SOPs. I already have the flight plans already loaded with the software and the ACARs. We should all be good to go. So it should be a lot of fun. Fubar, good to see you. Robinson, good to see you. Shaq Oatmeal, what is up, man? Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying the Microsoft Flight Simulator Kool-Aid, my friend. Dylan Fitzgerald, good to see you as well. Let's see, Blue Mac is also in the house. Doug Clark, good to see you, with you as well. And Al W, what is up, man? Good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Many more. Key 6, Phase 1 NE, Cam 321. Everybody's in the house tonight. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, we're in the Fenix A320, and I do have it updated. I haven't done any flying with the newest update, so I'm hoping we'll see maybe a difference. Maybe it'll be a little bit better for us. I haven't really had too many issues as far as performance-wise, other than it's heavier on performance. So with the update, maybe it will be even less of a burden to the system. We're going to find out together. I can't wait to get this thing going. I just got off a crazy 2-day trip. Had a couple turns here going. I went to Cancun, all the members. I sent you guys some videos so you guys got to see that. But it's just been wild. Last night, I had a really late night. I had a lot of things wrong with the airplane. No APU bleed, no generator this, no that. It just was, it's been a crazy couple days. So we're finally back, going to relax tonight on VA Friday, and I can't wait to take y'all with me. So with that said, and without further ado, let's get into the cockpit if I can remember where my keybinds are. There they are. Okay, here we go. Anon, what's up, man? You're in time. You're on time. Welcome aboard. I'm trying to figure out why I can't get my lights on here for my desk. Give me a second, guys. There we go. Come on, turn on. There we go. We got them on now. All right, that way when we go to Tiller Cam, you guys get the full blue juice. All right, we're completely cold and dark here. vSpirit SOPs. We got to get the airplane up and running just like we would, but we want to make sure we are adhering to all our SOPs, single engine taxi, all that good stuff. So look at this, 25.8. We're getting low there on the batteries. We might have to do a little battery charging situation. We'll check that out here in a minute. Batteries are online. We'll go external power. We'll power up the airplane here. Let the screens come to life. Ryan Hill, what's up, man? Thank you for the $5 super chat. It says KC-10 Flying Crew Chief here. Ryan Hill, thank you for your service, sir. Ever called a tire bald on your walk around? Our limits are extremely strict. KC-10, Ryan Hill, thank you so much for that. You know, I've never called one bald, but I've ever called a tire bad. Ever called bad tire? No, I've never called it a bad tire, unless you meant to say bald. But I've never had a bald tire, but I've had tires with chunks missing, and I had to change them. We had to do a change out because of either a chunk missing here or there. It did not look correct. Little side story of that, when I was doing my captain upgrade training, so I was a new captain, and I'm flying with a Czech airman. The Czech airman does the post-flight exterior walk-around, right? So he did the post-flight after we got into, I forget where we were, Miami or something. And he said, came back to the cockpit. I said, everything looked good. He's like, yep, we're ready to go. And we're headed somewhere in the islands. And as we get ready to push, the Gramper says, hey, y'all have a flat tire down here. I'm like, what? How do we have a flat tire? The Czech airman did the walk around. Surely the Czech airman would have caught the flat tire. And he didn't see the flat tire. So we had to do a little bit of a gate hold, change the tire out. Took another 30 minutes or whatever, but on our way. So, little side story there. But thanks for your support, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate your service. Did I do NVIDIA filters? Nah, man, I ain't doing no NVIDIA filters. I love the way the sim looks the way it is. So we are good to go. And let's see, everything is powered up here. Flight warning computer is online. Let's continue with our overhead flow. I'm just going to fire up the dome light here. Crew supply oxygen, we're going to turn that on. Ground control on. We'll do a quick CVR test. Boom, that works. Let's go ADIRS 1. Since this is super old, we're just going to go by the book here. 1, 2, because when these panels were new, this was the procedure. You actually had to wait for the on-bat to extinguish. 200 viewers already. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are wondering why you can't chat, it is subscriber only. It's only for a minute if you want to talk or ask questions, but the subscriber only mode is part of the channel right now, temporarily, I think, mostly to get rid of the Tinder bots. I know a lot of you love the Tinder bots that come in and hang out with us, but the subscriber only chat seems to be working as far as Tinder bots go. So if you're watching the video and you wonder why you can't chat, consider hitting that subscribe button. You can unsubscribe anytime, and you're not going to get COVID from it. It's COVID free, so glad to have you on board if you do. All right, everything looks good here. Let's do a fire test. Christian says, I think they introduced the bug with the update. You can turn flight directors off when not aligning and see if you can turn them back on now. Let me check it out right now, Christian. So that's good. Phantom did the APU up the right-hand side. I'm just going to put this in the 12 o'clock position, out and on. All right, so what Christian is referring to is, yeah, the flight directors should not come on here when the aircraft is not aligned in a cold and dark state. So let's just say that we turn them off. We should not be able to turn them on, and you can't turn them on. That's correct. So it's correct that you can't turn them on here without the aircraft aligned, but when you power up the airplane, it would power up with the flight directors off. So that might just be a state-saving, panel state issue there. Okay, down the pedestal here, get this out of the way. Everything looks good. Off, off. How do we look in here? For oil is good. Hydraulics is good. Pressurization is in auto. Excellent. And nothing there. I'm going to do the ATSU stuff right now. Let's go ahead and get this initialized. What route are we flying today? We are headed from... Oh, you know what? I never gave the route to Nightbot. Let me get the route to Nightbot. But we are... I'll post it in chat too. We're going Lauderdale to Tampa. That's the route we're flying. Let me give that to Nightbot here real quick, just in case. For some reason, that is a very popular command for Nightbot. So, all right, Nightbot should be updated now, if he ever decides to join the channel. All right, flight initialization. We're just going to go init data request. Can you prep the secondary flight plan for a return flight before you land? You can, but that's not really a good way to do it. You would want to have a secondary landing runway in there when you're coming in. All right, and let's go ahead and do this. What was our alternate? Was that the right flight plan? Fort Lauderdale, Tampa. Where is SGJ? What alternate is that? All right, but we're Spiritual Wings, NKS 574, I believe, right? I think that's our call sign. Yeah, 574. Cost index, we're going at 25. Cruise flight level 240 is what we have filed, a little bit low. IRS and it, align on ref, confirm. That is done. Default Tampa scenery, yeah. Oh, that's the... Oh, hold on. Thank you. Sorry. Flight plan wise, there we go. Yeah, we're not going there. That's the correct flight plan. Let me re-update that guy. We'll be on here. Just a little bit of a hiccup here. Alright, Nightbot has been updated to the proper route now. Try that. Does the sim provide all the necessary data that needs to be inserted to the FMC? It does if you use SimBrief and you uplink it. Brian V, thank you for the The support man, 8 months, says YouTube thinks I'm a bot. I can't chat. Interesting. That's weird. Well, I got your message there. I wonder why you couldn't get it. Anyway, we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. Hopefully, I don't know why you can't chat. Are you subscribed? Let's pull a weather brief here real quick. And before we get too carried away, let's start our boarding process. We're going to send that. Let's see. Ground services, Captain, are you good to board? Yeah, we're good to start boarding. What do we got today? We have 160 planned. That's a lot. 8,000 pounds of cargo, 10.7 on the fuel. Let's go ahead and begin the real-time loading of 27 minutes. They are starting to board. Let's see, what is the wind here? 10 miles rain, few 7, broken 9, overcast 2908 7. So with the wind 140 at 9, we're gonna take off. We'll just do 10. Let's do 10 right because it's fun. Don't have any ATC online. The Be Nice 1 out to Korea, insert. And then from Tampa, we're going to go arrival, Bullfrog 2. What is 19er? Isn't one of the runways closed there in Tampa, real life? I think the long one is closed, which would be 19 right. So we're going to just set up for 19 left, Bullfrog 2, Korea transition, insert. Beautiful. Flight plan is done. Secondary. Let's do a quick secondary init. Fort Lauderdale. That is good. Secondary approach. We're going to come back to 10 left. It's longer. Secondary perf. Next. 200 in the radio DH because I don't want to look it up. We don't want any headwind to help us out. We'll go 0. Temperature off the ECAM is 24 degrees. And the QNH, if I hit the magic button, is 2988. We have that set up. So that's how we use the secondary for departure. Now, departing with low visibility brings up a good point for departing with there's significant weather. So luckily for us, Lauderdale has a Cat 2. I think they even have a Cat 3 approach available, if I'm not mistaken here. So not really an issue, but if you're departing an airport that has a really low visibility and they don't have an approach for you to get back in, you would need a departure alternate, which in that case, we would put the departure alternate in the secondary flight plan in case we need to come back around. We obviously can't come into the departing airport because the weather's too low. We would go straight to our departure. That would be listed differently on your flight plan, but that's where it would go in the secondary. Just a side note there. Nothing in the RadNav page. Let's go to the init B. We'll leave that for now. Actually, let's put this here, KFLL, and then we'll go init B and leave that just like that. All right, IRS align in 1 minute. Why do we have a status message here? Oh, autopilot 1-2, that's normal because we're unaligned. And we're gonna go VOR, constraint mode, VOR for, see, now we're aligned. We can turn the flight directors on. So, yeah, I don't know, Christian. I think it worked okay. Do you ever get too steep path in real life? Yeah. Yeah, that's a very realistic message to get, especially if you're going anywhere like Southern California. You get it all the time. On the, what is it, Angel 4? I guess Angel 4, that's basically standard. We don't have ATC like I said, so let's just set our top altitude in here. We'll set 240 in the window. 240 is set. We're going to wait for our V-speeds. We can do a couple other things here on the EFB before we... Well, you know what? No, let's go ahead and just leave that do its thing. Let's do a battery test, because remember we looked up the overhead and we saw that the battery voltage was actually pretty close to its limit. So to do a proper battery test, we're going to look at the electrical page here on the ECAM. I'm going to come up to the overhead, and it's very important that you have external power on. You need to have external power on to do the battery test, or else you're just going to go cold and dark. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and disconnect the batteries. And then you can see here it says battery 1, 2 off. So then we go back up, and we're going to turn it back on. We want to see 60 amps or less within 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, look at that one. I told him 60 amps there. So that is basically a failed battery test. And we're going to just go do some charging now. So we're going to leave the batteries on ground power, and hopefully we'll charge them up here. We'll do that test when we finish boarding, and it should fix them up here, unless it's bugged, because that's just holding a steady 60 amps. Let me pull up my book on this, because this is an interesting one. Normally, the amount of battery fails I've had on one hand in my whole career, so interesting to see this holding a 60 amp discharge there. Everything is correct, right? Yeah, everything is correct up top. This is 28.6. External power is on. Interesting. What if I turn that off? That's interesting. Braking action medium at Lauderdale. Ooh. That's good. Let's see. Who do I fly for in real life? I fly for Southwest Airlines. I'm going to look for this battery thing here. Give me a second. All right, normal procedures. I know it seems like I'm talking away from the mic, but I'm looking at my actual iPad here. All right, so I'm looking at the charging procedures, make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. So electric push button on the ECAM press, battery 1, 2 off, then on. This action initiates the charging cycle of the batteries. 10 seconds after all battery push buttons are on, check the electrical SD page that the current charge of the battery is below 60 amps and is decreasing. Deselect electric SD when this is complete. If the charge at least one battery is not below 60 amps, wait until the end of the charging cycles and perform this check again. So we're actually going to just leave this up here. Oh, look, it's decreasing. So it is actively charging. This is very cool. We're going to do a battery test prior to push, so we're going to leave this page up to remind myself of that. But we did the procedure right, so we're just letting it do its charge. We're going to leave that SD page up there for the electrics. You didn't tell Big Earn? Yeah, shout out to Big Earn, man. A kid named Kenny says, I always seem to join the stream for the Southwest bit. I don't know. Every time, man. Every time it feels like. All right, what do we have a company message here? Let's take a look at this. Let's go AOC, receive messages, a load sheet, prelim. Okay, I was talking to you guys in the Discord. Shout out to the guys who joined the voice chat and stuff in the Discord. Appreciate talking to you guys, hanging out with y'all in there. Let's talk a bit about prelim load sheets. What do they actually mean? Do we even care about them? This is dependent solely upon what your operator does and how they operate. So it's hard for me to sit here and say this is the correct way or this is the incorrect way, because this can vary vastly depending on who you work for and what type of ACARS or performance system or data center that your airline uses. For me personally, and what I've seen jump seating across all airlines in the North America, is the prelim load sheet we really don't care too much about, because when we start boarding, we actually have all this information. We have the zero fuel weights, we have our flight plan. This is essentially all the stuff that comes off our paperwork. This is our planned numbers, and it's based on how many people are checked in at the gate, the tail number here, and all this stuff. So we accept it here. I don't really do anything with it, especially here in the sim, and I don't input prelim numbers into the box, because why would I put prelim numbers into the box if I'm just going to have to put final numbers into the box? If you put prelim numbers into the box, it's not going to do anything wrong, or you're not going to do anything bad, but you're just going to end up, you're creating more work for yourself. So all I care about is the final numbers. So I've accepted the prelim load sheet, again, but that could be SOP thing. They could want you to have a prelim through ACARS. They want you to accept it so they can have a paper trail, whatever it may be. I can't speak for every airline, but for me, that's why I just hit accept and I don't put anything here other than when we get our fuel on board. Because when I put a number here, let's say I put that prelim zero fuel weight and CG in there, what if we get a big change and then I see that the numbers are already filled out, so I'm like, oh, it's already been done. I never double check it, and now we have an incorrect zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight CG in the box. So I always leave this blank unless I have the correct numbers. Now I'll tell you how my operator and how a lot of operators do it here in the States. We put in the zero fuel weight planned, and the zero fuel weight CG of 30.0, which is a default CG setting. When we get our numbers from our ACARs, the zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight CG automatically repopulate. So basically what happens is when you do this over here on the takeoff data page, this step is all done automatically, typically in real life. So let's just do it here. Let's do wet. We're going to do 10 right for departure is what I want to bang off of. 10 right, optimum, yes, anti-ice off, packs on, sync live weather, sync prelim, calculate. What would happen is we send all this stuff off in the McDo, and then this automatically comes back. And when it comes back, it automatically updates the zero fuel weight and the zero fuel weight CG based on the information we sent off to the data center, which most North American airlines use the same one. It's called Aero Data. I think it may even be a global thing. I think there could be carriers in other countries that use the same software provider. It's called Aero Data. They do all the numbers for all different airframes, all the different scenarios, engine out, wet runways, flaps 3, flaps 2, flaps 1. And the company can specifically select their options of what they want prioritized in your perf data. So it's really hard to speak like, oh, this is correct or this is incorrect. I'm just trying to give you guys some general information of what I do and why I do it the way I do it. And that's just, I don't want to, work smarter, not harder, right? So I'm not going to put that in there. But we are done fueling. We have 10.7. So let's double check that we have our fuel balance, which it is 3870 on both tanks. And it is 10.7 in the tanks. So at that point, we'll put 10.7 here. At that point, we're also going to trigger our pumps to come on, and we'll turn the seatbelt side on, and I'm going to actually get the APU ready to go here. We are off block at 45. That means we can push at 35, which means we're approaching 10 prior to pushback, and it's probably getting toasty on here. 24 seat, 32 in the cockpit. Geez, yeah, it's getting warm. We need to get the air on. So we're going to get that up here in just a moment. Joining me to Tampa, excellent. Let's see, we got a couple spiritual wings now. 1, 2. Oh, look at all the spiritual wings headed to Tampa. 3, 4. I'm envious of all of y'all's engines. The superior IAE V2500 engine over there. That looks really good. Ooh, a 319. That's my favorite, man. I love the 319. Such a nice airplane to fly. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and fire it off. Take a listen. Planemaster, UND is a good school. Absolutely. Why do you turn on the center tank pumps even if they're empty? Because the Airbus operates on a lights-out overhead concept. So even though I've turned on the pumps, they're not going to run, but it's the proper switch position. It's the auto position or on position. So Airbus operates on the lights-out concept. So having a white off light is abnormal. Is it still okay to do packs off, takeoff by manually turning off the packs, or is it better to leave the APU on? Matt, you're absolutely fine turning off the packs, and as brought up in the last stream, some operators actually require you to do packs off because it's cheaper that way than running the APU or power on the APU. So it's solely dependent upon the operator and what they want you to do. You will achieve the same exact performance level whether you run the APU bleed or the packs off. Now, from a passenger standpoint, it is a little bit more comfortable for the passengers if you just run the APU bleed. That way you have constant pneumatic cooling and pressurization happening, and you don't have to worry about the packs coming online. So it's a little bit more comfortable for the passengers, but again, that can vary depending on the SOP that you work for. So let me just check my Pegasus software, or excuse me, my VAMPsys software here. We are departing from Gulf 5. The aircraft is going to work, so that's good. All right. Everything looks good there. I guess we should look at the Jeppesen stuff, huh? Any idea if Fenix will work on other 320 family variants? I have no idea. I hope so. Man, I would love to see a 319. I would love to see a 319. I know a lot of you probably want the 321, but I just love that little 319, man. You can do so much to the 319. It's a tank. 319 is an absolute tank. All right, so departure. We are on the Be Nice. Rob Speed, I didn't see your welcome there earlier. I apologize. Welcome to Commercial Pilot, sir. Glad to have you on board the channel. Exclamation point welcome for your new perks in chat. make sure you are checking the community tab for your special perks. That's where I put a lot of the like members only videos and podcasts and stuff. And just recently I put a couple shorts videos out. You guys enjoy those, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. That is one of the #1 ways to support this channel here, and I appreciate all the support I can get. You guys are awesome. All right, accelerate to 250 if unable. That's not going to be a problem. Off 10 right, we're going out to elbow, room at or below, well, excuse me, at or above 4. And then 4,000 at Marino and all the way out to Korea. No other restrictions. That's pretty self-explanatory. We don't have any ATC on, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of that for now. Let's pull out the 10-9, the taxi chart. We're going to be taxiing at 10 right, probably. What are we going to do? We're coming out. We're at Terminal 4 here, where Spirit is. So we're going to go Tango 8, Hotel 5, Juliet full length to 10 right. That's pretty much the standard taxi route. No hot spots, no runways to cross. That looks good. So we'll just leave that there, and we'll go back to the mass and balance to keep track of our loading. So we got about 60 passengers to go. Fuel is on board. Cargo doors, or the cargo's on board, so they're already all closed up. That's good. Let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU. So we'll go ahead and turn off external power, and they can go ahead and pull the GPU. I'll then go ahead and pull the cones and the chocks. And let's go ahead and get the APU bleed on to start cooling down this cabin a little bit here. What's up, Jacob? Welcome, man. Where in the operational flight plan do you get the Tropo? I actually don't even know where it is on this one. Let's see here. I knew where I found it one time. I like the United 18 format because it's easier to find. I'm not sure where it is on this format here. Let's take a look, see if we can pick it out. Right here. Tropopause right here, 489. So, I mean, it's not going to have any effect on us, but we'll just do 48900. Oh, it's pretty much there. 489 is set for the Tropo. 25, ground temp plus 18. That looks good. We'll stay on the init B page for now. Yep, we're going to do the battery test. In fact, let's do it right now. So remember, we talked about 60 amps. It's got to be 60 amps or less and decreasing. So right now we're 0. Let's do the test. Well, we're going to turn the batteries off. And then we're going to turn them back on. That will initiate the cycle again. And how about that, guys? How about that? Look, less than 60 amps within 10 seconds. The battery test is complete. We've successfully charged the batteries, and we're good to go. And did we just have an APU auto shutdown? We just had an APU auto shutdown because we have random failures on. That's an APU auto shutdown. Are you kidding me? And this is what happened to me the other night. See this fault light here? Okay, that means the APU's off, or it's on an auto shutdown. You hear that horn? That's because the ADIRs are on battery power only. You can see the on-bat light is illuminated. If you turn on the dome light, which it is, you'll see that only the FO's overhead dome light is on, only the captain's radio stack is working, and the ISIS is powered with this console light. This is an emergency electrical configuration on the ground. Completely properly simulated and completely properly annoying. So how do we remedy that? We can't fire up the APU, so I got to be hollering Mr. Ground Power over here. Like, hey, we're going to need the ground power back on. We need the GPU. So he's going to come back on. Then he's going to start banging on the airplane. Says, it's available, Cap. Turn it back on. Now we've got a fault light, and we got to go through this whole cycle again. Wow. Fort Lauderdale is the new tradition, Christian. Yep. Jeremy, where's the horn coming from? It's actually coming from out underneath the nose gear. You would hear it out here louder. But right here is where it would be blasting. But you can definitely hear it from the flight deck. It sounds just like this. And it's even more annoying. It's even more obnoxious outside. But that's because we got to get the ADIRs off battery power, which they aren't anymore. So that should go away. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the APU bleed. We'll turn off the APU. There we go. We're on external power only. And let's clear this out. This is an old FWC thing. We'll clear smoke. Smoke detect. We got to do, I don't know why we have to do a realignment. Alright, let's see what happened to our flight plan. Did it pull everything away? I think it did. It pulled everything out. Jeez. Alright, well, give me a second here while I go heads down mode to try to remedy the situation. Maintenance would come over. IR2 alignment. We don't need to worry about that. What do I... No. Cancel. McDo. Maintenance. Nope. McDo. Config. And then if we go through the manual failures list, I don't see anything on there. So we literally just had an APU auto shutdown for no reason. Okay, so our APU is in op, which is going to make our life suck. All right, let's do a couple things here. We got 10 minutes to get off the gate. So first things first, let's get the airplane ready to go. NKS 574. We're still going to be cost index 25. We're going 240. That is set. I remember my flight plan. We said we're going departure 10 right, be nice 1, Korea transition insert, Tampa arrival 19er left, Bullfrog 2. Korea insert. That is good. Radnav, nothing to hard tune. Secondary, son of a gun. Let's just do this real quick. All I need is to pop one and not have my secondary set on stream, and then you guys be like, oh, he's a fake pilot. He's a ramper. We're coming back to 10 left. Secondary, perf, arrow. 200. The DH, 0 for 0 on the wind. We got a scramble here. Temperature off the ECAM is 24. And altimeter was 29.88. Secondary is set up. Nothing in the RadNav progress page. We want Fort Lauderdale in the prog, perf data, and NIT B. We're going back over here. What was our block fuel? We had 10.7. So 10.7 on the block fuel. What is going on with my ADIRS? 4 minutes. Why is his offline? I know it says invalid. Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, IRS and NIT, align on ref, confirm. Just make sure everything is kosher here. Let's see, 20, Fort Lauderdale. Everything is good there. So we go to the prog. Data, position monitor, where GPS 2 is in realignment mode. So we got another 4 minutes to get that sucker realigned. And I don't see any fault lights up there, so it should be okay. Okay, so that's going to change our plan. It's going to change a lot of things here. So we're going to put this back on the flight plan page. We're going to put this back on a NIT B. We're waiting for our final numbers. This is going to stay on the flight plan page. And in fact, I was going to MEL it, but I wish, Phoenix Amir, if anybody ever watches this, is there any way we could like add stickers? Like in the McDo, you select in-op system, and then like you could put an orange in-op sticker up here. But our APU is in op now, so that's going to mean we've got to do a ground air start. So, first and foremost, 240 on the altitude. Flight directors are on. Nav is blue. How is the loading situation? It should be pretty close to done. 160 of 152. Okay, we have a little bit of time here to talk about what we're going to do. Let me pull out the chart. Alright, I'm pretty much a professional. So why is this so ironic is because yesterday I flew 2 legs, I did a turn, no APU bleed. We had an APU bleed, we had an APU auto shutdown. Okay, we fixed that, and then we had an APU bleed fault. So we ended up being able to use the APU, but no longer the bleed, but the same, for sim purposes, it really doesn't matter. It's the same negative effect because we still have to do an air start and a cross bleed start on departure. So basically, I'm not going to run through the entire procedure with you, but we have to configure the aircraft for a ground air start. So to do this, we're going to configure pack 1 and 2 off. We're also going to configure engine bleed 1 and 2 off. We're going to be starting engine number 2 first. So we're going to move the cross bleed position to open, and now we are ready to receive a ground air when the time is right. So that is set. Almost done boarding. One more passenger here. And then we're going to start up number 2. We're going to have to we'll do a little bit of a single engine taxi to see if we can get some points, extra points for VAMPSIS for vSpirit. And then And we're going to start up engine number 1. You're going to hear the P2U going off in the background because there is no, there's going to be no other way to pressurize the green system other than through the P2U. So, that's your briefing. Steven, I feel like I can't catch a break either. Dustin, I see you upgraded to commercial pilot. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate your support here. You can clear IRS faults to line faster. Yeah, but that wouldn't be realistic, right? We're going for realism. I know you're not working with Fenix, but you really managed to sell this aircraft. Hey, man, I can appreciate a good product, and whether I work with them or not, or sponsored by a product or not, if I think it's good, I'm passionate about aviation and simming, and you guys in this channel, I'm going to share my opinions either which way. So I do really enjoy this airplane a lot. I was hoping we weren't going to get an APU fault, but hey, it's better than an engine failure, right? Passengers get free peanuts to make for the delay, but can't serve peanuts anymore because too many allergies. So you get some Cheez-Its or whatever it is. All right, let's set 2000. We'll put that on. And TARA for VATSIM. That is set. The thing is, we have to use ground power now, which kind of sucks. All right, so that is dismissed. 133.3 and 29.4. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 133.3 and 30.0. Wow. 133.3 and 30.0 is set. Beautiful. Now we go to our perf. And let's go to our perf data here. Kevin Thomas, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I had a good day. It's got really busy though, real busy. 10 right, wet, calculate. We've got 116, 140, 140, flap 1. All right, 116, 140, 140. Flap 1. Ooh, that's what packs off. Now we don't have an APU, so wow. Okay. That's cool. That's set, so let's go back here. And ground services. Captain, the boarding's complete. You good to close? Yeah, we're good to close. All right, we'll go ahead and close that. Cockpit to ground. Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. So, hey, we're all set up here. We are ready to receive air. Confirm we're going to be starting engine number 2 first. That's affirmative, Captain. We'll get to ground air when you are ready. I like aircraft configured. Apply ground air. All right, so we need to do this through the McDo, actually. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go McDo, config. Where was it? No. No. McDo, maintenance, ground service, and ground air on. All right, Captain, we're applying ground air. You are clear to start engine number 2. All right, beacon is on. Before start checklist, windows, door, and slides, close and arm. Beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake. It is on. Before start checklist is complete. All right, let's go ahead and start engine number 2. Ignition start. You can see we have ground air now applying 48 psi. That's a heck of a lot better than the ground card I got yesterday. And we also need to put this back on 22.8. That is set. And turn 2. Here we go. Andre, welcome to Commercial Pilots, or Private Pilots, excuse me. Welcome. Thank you for joining the channel. Al, you like those Cheez-Its, huh? Elena, my numbers were packs on. Ooh, if they are, that would be better. How much did a PSI I got? We got, I want to say it was like 30 PSI before starting, and then during start it was like 22. And we got real close to getting a hot start. Twin Smile Aviation, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. All right, there's company message, McDo, ADSU, receive messages. This is our final. Here we go. That looks good. +6, fuel and tanks, 10.7, accept. Air bleed, that's associated. Clear air, clear air. Status, clear status. All right, we got a good start on number 2. All right, so we'll go ahead and move this to ignition start. And cockpit to ground. Ground to cockpit, go ahead. All right, we got a good start on number 2. You are cleared to disconnect ground, power, and air. Copy that, cool. We're ready to disconnect ground, power, and air. So ground air comes off, external power comes off. Now if we look at the electrical page, we've got a bus transfer here. Gen 2 is now powering everything. And we'll go ahead and pull the GPU. And the jetway will back away, hopefully. Maybe it will if I connect the tug. There it goes. And we're going to just sit here and push back with one engine on. You do not want to do a cross-bleed start during pushback because the pressure needed, the N1 might actually overload the tug. Lauderdale traffic, Spirit Wings 574. We're going to be pushing off Goal 5, Lauderdale. We are on 22.8, correct? We are. And that is up. Good. All right, and cockpit to ground, brakes release, cleared to push. Commencing pushback. We got off the gate at 41. Excellent. He's pushing deep in the alley. Nice. I'll try to do a little, try to do my own. You're right. You're doing it. We out of here. Why is engine 2 started on the ground air start first? Because it depends, but typically they put the ground air cart in front of the number 1 engine, and the hookup runs in front of the number 1 engine, so you don't want to have the ground guys running around in front of an operating engine. Oh, look at this. That should just be a pushback driver. Straighten it out, that's fine. Let's go ahead and stop. Cockpit around, pushback complete, set brakes. Brakes are set because number 2 is running. Accumulator is already in the green. You are cleared to disconnect. All right, we'll go ahead and disconnect, Captain. All right, we are going to do a cross-bleed start before we configure because there's no sense in doing the after-start checklist twice. But so we don't block this guy, we're going to pull forward and left, and we'll do our cross-bleed start over here, which is the, what's that, south line. Christian Ramper confirmed. Lauderdale traffic, Spirit Wings 574. We're going to taxi south line here, Alpha Goal 5, and we're going to be doing a cross-bleed start on the south line, Lauderdale. All right, so he's clear. Let's go taxi light on, brakes off, and we're going to just tiller our way over. You hear the PTU? That's correct, because the number 2 engine is running. That's why you don't single engine taxi on number 2. Can I show the RTA feature? I think I went over that on my last stream, but this flight's too short to that really make any difference. All right, we're going to pull up here, and then that way those guys can get out, and we'll just stop right here and do a cross-bleed. All right, brakes are set. All right, so to configure for a cross-bleed engine start now, let's go back to the overhead. All right, let's see. Packs off, packs 1 and 2 off. Engine bleed, supplying engine comes on. That comes on. Engine bleed, a receiving engine will stay off. Cross bleed is in the open position. All right, at this point, we'll move the ignition start switch to ignition start. And you could see we have 28 PSI, so we can adjust N1 with a maximum of 40%. Ideally, you could go above 40 if you need to. You just got to make sure the area is clear to achieve enough start pressure for engine start. So I'll actually put you all in tiller cam so you can see me moving the thrust levers here. Let's go ahead and bring those N1s up. This should see an increase in pressure. Cam, no, the yellow electric won't help because the yellow is already pressurized. Remember, yellow electric only pressurizes the yellow system. So we'll sit in there at 40%. We got enough pressure, and let's go ahead and start engine 1. See a little bit of drop, but we're staying 26, 24. That's fine. Ideally 28, but it's a CFM, so it's not a big deal. And we're starting 1. I use AIG, yes. Michael, I'll take a look on the takeoff. We'll see. A 320, this load, about a little over 10 degrees, should be 250 knots. We'll see. Starting to rain here in Lauderdale, though. Look at the rain on the window. That's awesome. What's the pressure requirement? The minimum of 28 psi. Now, it will start with lower than that. Just got to be careful. You can see, so now the bleed is already closed. Engine is still coming up. With our ground card yesterday, we had our EGTs were very, very high. All right, we got an avail on number 1 at that point. Let's go ahead and move the thrust lever back down to number 1. Air bleed 1 off. That's associated. Clear the caution. Back to the overhead. All right, engine bleed 1 will come on. Pack 1 can now come on. And pack 2 can now come on. Cross bleed to the auto position. The cross bleed engine start procedure is complete. At that point, it's a normal after start. So ignition to normal. Arm the speed brake. We're doing a flaps 1 Toga. Flaps 1. This would not be my ideal first time flying Spirit. Yeah, it probably would work out that way too. All right, flaps 1 is set and everything. We don't have an APU, so nothing to worry about on the overhead. This should be in the auto position. There we go. Now, somebody said that I ran numbers for packs on, which I'm fine with. I did, packs on, so even better. So we're just going to leave the packs on for this takeoff. Do a quick flight controls. And what was our trim? Down 0.2, just a little bit of a jaunt forward there. That is good. All right, F-start checklist is complete. Let's just go ahead and do a auto brakes max, takeoff config check. We're just going to do this all here. All right, it is set. Cool. Lauderdale traffic experience 574. Going to taxi at 10 right, Tango 8 Juliet, Lauderdale. All right, so we're blocking everybody, so let's roll. Shelton, thank you for the $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Is it safer to fly when the weather is bad because the captain will be landing? It just depends. A lot of times the FO will land too. Unless it's like an auto land situation or a Cat 2 hand flown, there really is no stipulation unless it's a company limit. So they said they did something with the nose wheel tiller being smoother or more linear. Feels pretty good. Blue Mac, I do have some escorts. Kevin Thomas, yes, they actually do. They do change how the aircraft flies and your fuel burns. Wow, this is a rainy day here in Lauderdale. I mean, if we were trying to come in right now, we would have to be doing a Cat 3 almost. Maybe not. I could still see way past there. Yeah, we're fine. Cat 3 at minimums, like when it's or like with Cat 3 there is no minimums, but when you are required to do a Cat 3, you can barely see, a couple hundred feet in front of the airplane. Yeah, you can still see the tower. This looks like a hard Cat 1 maybe. I don't even know. What is the weather? I don't is. Oh, 10 miles, rain, mist. Oh, yeah. Fuck, it's almost VFR almost. Matter of fact, I think it is. Did you get pedal disconnect sorted out? Well, this does work now. Correct. But you can't bind that button. But yeah, you have to turn the pedal disconnect off in the EFB. Pedal disconnect option in the EFB does the opposite of what I thought it would do. Supposed to be a tropical cyclone here in Lauderdale? That would explain it. Looks like a great day for visiting Disneyland. Exactly. Alright, 20 knots here, slick runway. We'll slow it down a little bit. 10 knots, making a 90-degree turn here, maximum, especially in the rain. Make sure there's nobody off my left side. We're going to cut that guy off. He's holding for us, so we'll be alright. Miami is underwater right now. They have it tied to something in the settings. I'll have to figure it out, phase one. I thought it was water rudder disconnect, but that's how the fly-by-wire works. But I cannot get that to work here. Let's see. Yeah, see, it doesn't work with that binding, so it might be a different binding. I don't know. Mobi Flight allows you to do keybinds that Microsoft doesn't have. Ooh. Might have to look into that one, Jeff. Might have to look into that one. Did the Phoenix cross your mind while you were at work? Jeremy, the whole time, man. The whole time. Lauderdale traffic, Experiment 574, going to be departing runway 10 wire, Lauderdale. Alright, so final looks clear-ish. I don't see anybody on TCAS. We'll go ahead and start the turn here. I can't do the click and drag, so I gotta go up to the top here. Boom, boom. Light it up. Yeah, if I could click and drag, I'd be able to do that. Oh, it looks like the rain is picking up. XP72, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Rainy day you got over there, my friend. Rainy day. Alright, 10 right. I see it on the pavement. Oh, look at that lineup. Man, I don't know if it's what they did with the nose wheel or if I'm just warmed up from flying all week. Are you guys ready? What do we have here? What do we have? We've got 489 in the viewership. We only have 169 likes. I'm going to need 200 likes before we hit this Toga button. Let's see if we can bump that up to 200 likes for takeoff. I'm going to spool them up 50 until then. Waste some gas. So hit that like button. Much appreciated. Are you guys ready? There's 200. Yoga's in chat. Yoga's in chat. Here we go. Oh, yep. Mantoga SRS runway. Auto thrust is blue.
Lauderdale traffic is
Thrust set.
Running up runway 10 right.
100 knots. Check. V1. Here comes the ramp. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. I thought I was having a frame issue, but I think it was the water. The water looked less frame, but the airplane was really smooth. Positive rate. Gear up. We're good. We're just right here. Fly with. Let's get that nose coming down. Positive trend. Thrust climb, auto thrust. Nothing to look at, so we're just going to fly to departure. S speed, love seeing all those emojis. Flap 0 after takeoff checklist. Put it out, so For 250 knot climate, we're going to be looking at a little over 10 degrees.
Lauderdale traffic, Fenix 475 lining up to right, Lauderdale.
Listen to that rain. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so there's 250. I'm going to kind of zoom in on the PFD, make it a little bit easier to see. Let's see what kind of pitch angles. Yeah, y'all were saying the pitch was off the climb out. Oh, well, there's speed alt stars, so it ain't gonna matter anyway. You know what we'll do? Instead of complying, we'll just go open. Thrust climb, open climb. We won't comply with the restriction. So, 250 knots, right about 10 degrees, a little bit over, maybe 12 and a half. It seems to be perfect to me. I don't really see any discrepancy right now with pitch, honestly. Whatever discrepancy there that might be there is negligible. Get ready for the breakout. Well, maybe not. I thought it was getting lighter. We're flying on instruments, folks. We're out of the rain. Outside air temp is still plus 24, so we're looking plenty good for any icing situation. How's the look out the left wing? Pretty dark. Are we ever going to break out of this? I don't know. We'll keep on hand flying. Yeah, the pitch, I mean, the pitch seems perfect to me. And I flew a classic 320 all day yesterday, so here comes another left turn at Yolu. Like that. IMC with the Pro. Thanks, man. Yep, Cam, the flight directors are on. Might be hard for you to see because of the brightness. Turn it down a little bit. There you go. They're on. And you could tell right here, one FD2. We got both flight directors on.
Lauderdale traffic, Fenix 475 starting up to right.
All right, getting ready to go through 10,000 feet. We're going to lower the nose, let the aircraft accelerate to its cost indexed climb out speed, which, I'm going to guess, yeah, 312. That's good. There's 10,000. I'm going to do real world technique here. I just kind of park it about 8.5 degrees. A little bit less aggressive.
American
Turn the lights off.
29 and lining for like 1 to...
Sounds like you need to be flying a Speedbird. Alright.
There are some funny numbers on this plane.
It says accent. I did not expect to hear American. Alright. We're looking good though. 10,000 feet. We'll clear and copy, so we'll go secondary. Copy active. Nothing in the RadNav page, so that's fine. We'll put Delta Operations on number 2. Still keeping up there at my flight directors. 121.5. If I can find it. There it is. Oh. There it is. That's on 2. 22.8 is on 1. We're out of 310 knots. And I forgot to ding them. Let them know that we're going through 10,000 out of the sterile zone. We'll zoom out the range. It's pretty much a straight shot, so I've had enough fun for one day. Let's go autopilot 1. Put you guys back up into the regular cam view. Turn down the sim a little bit, and now I can get back to the chat. Waiting for that breakout here. Lauderdale traffic, Spirit Wings 574. We're out of 13,000 feet. We're just past Elric. Headed to Tampa. Last call, Lauderdale. Alright, so we are clear out. Still got to go through that. Let's see. Why does anti-ice reduce performance? Well, that's going to be because you're bleed, man. Speaking of, plus 19. So we still it's still plenty warm. Remember, it's only plus 10, minus 10. We are definitely in visible moisture, so that would be icing condition if you were below plus 10. But it's plenty warm down here in Florida. Plenty warm. I'm gonna turn down some of these other lights, though. I like the integral. We need the floodlight on. I like that. We don't need this floodlight over here. Why does the side stick priority push button do? When would one use it? That's how you disconnect the autopilot, wingnut. So this is the autopilot takeover push button. It disconnects the autopilot. That is the only proper way to disconnect the autopilot, is this button here. If you disconnect it up here on the FCU, or by using force on the side stick, you're going to get a red ECAM. It's going to say autopilot off. That's because it thinks that it had a fault. So the only proper way to disengage the autopilot is with this button over here. It also does a few other things if you have a faulted side stick and things of that nature. But it doesn't apply to flight sim. Alright, we're getting ready for the breakout. Here it comes. We're going to need a breakout emoji. Waiting for the breakout. I guess we could just use the Kool-Aid emoji. I mean, we got to be really close to breaking out. Look how bright it's getting. Would you stream with a completely analog plane with no digital? Yeah, BMW, I love doing that. I think we're actually going to do that on Sunday. We're going to be in the BAE 146, which is all round gauge. It's one of my favorites to fly. What happens when you get dual input? It basically sums the inputs from both side sticks. That means both of you are on the side stick at the same time. All right, we'll go ahead and pull standard. STDs for you, me, and the jump seater. 1, 2, and 3 is set. We can see ISA plus 16. Look at this. Plus 16. That is really warm here in Florida today. So really it should be 0C, but we are still at plus 16. Definitely some weather phenomenon going on down here. I don't know, we might be IMC the whole flight. We'll see what happens. I guess I'll turn the brightness back up on the screens here. But we're going to 240 and yeah, I don't know. Which mods am I using? Exclamation point throttle will get you all the mods I have. Shouldn't we have some turbulence right now, Jeremy? Not necessarily. You know, clouds don't always mean turbulence. It just depends on what's going on in the atmosphere. A lot of times they do mean turbulence, but not every time. In fact, even last night, flying around some thunderstorms and flying through some blow-off clouds, it was a smooth ride. So it's not every time. It's weather. It's always changing and never the same. But with this warm a temperature, I would expect some more convective activity, which would then definitely create some turbulence. But I mean, the winds aloft are pretty low. It's only 17 knots here at 21,000 feet. So who am I to say it's incorrect? I think it's totally believable right now. Everything that we have experienced is totally believable still. Steven says, I can't wait to take it for a spin in the Mountains Airport in my home state. Oh, yeah. You picked up the 146? It is proper old school, Steven. Yeah, you like it more than the PMGG. See, I haven't flown it since I got the TCA yoke. I'm going to try it with that. I'm very excited to see. Because I was loving it. It's become one of my favorite add-ons just because of how unique it is. So I'm very excited to try it with the TCA yoke. Which, again, that will probably be on Sunday, guys. I don't think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I think I'm actually going fishing. I got a tournament tomorrow, so won't be streaming tomorrow. But Sunday we will be back in the Latin America tour. So I gotta come up with a good route. We gotta leave. Where do we leave off at? I think we're in MROC, right? Or in Costa Rica. So we need to leave MROC. Maybe dabble into the mountains of Colombia in the 146. Wow, we're leveling at 240. I'm going to keep the climb going. I want to see if we can get above it. I know we filed 24, but I'm going to climb to 30. Just to see if we can get a breakout here. What's our temp? All right, so now it's plus 10, right? So now we are in active icing range. So we're going to go ahead and get the engine anti-ice 1 and 2 on. You'll see the EGT should get a little bit of an increase there. Well, I can't really tell because we're in climb. It's already maxed out. Looks like 90.6. Yeah, climb thrust max is 90.6. We're already doing max climb thrust. Our fuel flows will be much higher. They would probably be closer to 6,000 pounds right now. Well, I don't know. We are at 24,000 feet. It might be a little bit more accurate than I thought. Obviously, we know about that, though. We know about the limitations on the engine model. 146 got overshadowed by the Boeing and Airbus rivalry. Exactly. It sure did, Paul. It sure did. How close does the dew point have to be for the temperature of fog to form? Jeremy, the closer, the more likely it's going to form. And worst case scenario, Jeremy, is the same. So temperature 10, dew point 10. You are probably going to have some moisture in the air. Well, you obviously have moisture in the air. That means it's saturated at the maximum. So does it mean there's always going to be clouds? No, but it's a very, very high likelihood. And that's something you look for when you're flying to an airport. Let's say the temperature is 15 and the dew point is 12. Well, you know, or I'm sorry, let's flip that. The temperature is, how is it? Oh, yeah, let's say the temperature is 15, the dew point is 12, but you're flying in the evening and you know that that sun's going to be setting, right? And it's going to start cooling off. Especially around coastal areas, that air is going to start to cool. It'll match the dew point, and then you can have a low-level fog or ground fog move in. So it does typically mean there's going to be some visible moisture in the sky, but it doesn't always mean that. And the closer that they are to each other, the more the likelihood. Do clouds usually go this high? Adam, oh yeah, I've seen clouds over 60,000 feet, man. I've done whole flights in IMC, like all day. I've done a transcon basically in IMC. Yeah, a lot of times you'll get cumulonimbus clouds well over 60,000 feet. But it's a pretty short flight. What do we got? ETP is right there. We got 142 miles to go. I guess let's just stay ahead of the curve, right? Let's look at our JEP for Tampa. Let's get rid of this. 20-9. Clouds are at 30.5. Really? So we'll go to 32. We'll help ourselves out here. We're gonna go Mach, manual Mach. I'm gonna just go 280. I'm gonna go 280 on the speed. Let's see if we can punch through the top of this. I'm gonna give up a little speed. Look at our climb rates increasing. I think it wants me to put this down, so it'll brighten up that. There you go. Then it's kind of glitchy a little bit. Yeah, see how it get the eye adaptation. For Microsoft Flight Sim, is CPU or GPU more important? Ooh. Cam, you know what? I would say, oh, I'm sorry, not Cam, Shaq, I would say GPU. But with the Fenix, the CPU is also very important. But my 1070 ran Microsoft just fine. You just have to make sure you set your settings accordingly. Set manage speed, that's normal. It wants destination data. We're going to do that right now. So I guess we're not going to have a breakout, guys. I guess we're not going to have a breakout. So let's go back here. Let's get a McDo Atsu. Let's get our ATC going here. Weather. We'll send for that. VRAM is critical. Yeah, VRAM is an important. And resolution, yeah. It's a funky one, Cam. Or I don't know why I keep calling it Cam. Shaq. Chris Run, what's going on, man? He says, after recent streams, I'm finding it more difficult to look at X-Plane 11. Oh, yeah. I'm coining the term the X-Plane 11 challenge. Fly in Microsoft for 1 week straight. For a week straight. And then try to do a flight in X-Plane 11. Can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's the X-Plane 11 challenge. Oh, we just broke out at 32. Wow, look at that. Man, if you didn't already, hit the like button for breaking out. Cloud surfing, look at that. Awesome. We're on top, folks. It's just a nice sunny day up here. Nice sunny day. We'll go back to manage speed. We'll pull this down because it is bright. All right, we need to check the weather out. Receive messages. A lot to do on these short flights. There's really not much time to hang out. Winds are 100 at 8. 10 miles scattered, broken. 285. All right, should we Should we do... There's the Kool-Aid emoji. All right, so I'm going to put a quick poll in chat. Do we auto land in Tampa or back in Lauderdale? Or Miami? I haven't decided yet. So let's get that in there. Top of descent is coming up very soon. 19er left is what we're landing on. Arrival, we're on the Bullfrog. Let's pull out the Bullfrog chart. Bottom altitude is 4,000 at Elisif, so we're going to set 4,000 feet here. And it's, like I said, it's short. So let's get the seatbelt sign off, let them roam. We're above the clouds. We'll go ahead and turn off the engine anti-ice. One bug that I found here is you should get a fault light, which I've noticed you get a fault light in the wing anti-ice. So you see that? That's normal. That's the valve in transit. You get a fault light. You should get the same fault light here for engine 1 and engine 2 anti-ice. We do not. That's a bit of a bug. All right, but we said 4,000 is the bottom, so I've got 4,000 feet set here. We'll get our LS push buttons on. And let's put in the perf numbers. Descent 75285, that's fine. All right, here we go. 100, 110 at 8 knots. QNH 2985. And temperature of 29. What do we decide on? Ooh, Tampa 40. But Blue Mac has a good point. He says, do the auto land at a payware airport. All right, so this is one where I'm going to have to, I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to veto the poll because Blue Mac has a very good point. I want to do the auto land at a payware airport because I do not know how the glide slope will react going into Tampa because it is default. So here we go, approaching TOD. We'll manage descent. Thrust idle, descent. Thrust is coming back. We'll put this on below. More drag. Nah, you're fine. You'll be all right. I'm going to keep this down for now. Let's do a quick brief. Why is she diving down so hard? All right, Phoenix, I'm going to let it do its thing here. I'm not going to intervene because I'm curious to see what's going on here post-update. It looks like it's diving after the TOD. It should not exceed the econ descent window. This is based on half speed brake, so I'll help it out. I'll give you half speed brake, Phoenix. Let's see if we catch it. I've got half the boards out. We're at the top of the econ descent window. We are catching our vertical deviation. Even that 6,000 amber there that you saw, that was accurate. I've seen that in real life, so nothing to write home about. We're on it. We're on the path. We'll stow the speed brake. Now we're on the top half. This is actually more accurate than what I've been seeing with it at the bottom of the econ descent window in VNAV. So I actually like seeing this because we started down a tad late, but now we're on the high end of it. But it's fine. So 10 for 10. I don't see any discrepancies right now, but I just see, look how amazing those clouds are. Oh my goodness. Let me turn it down. Let's look outside real quick. That's just awesome. We have so much more work to do. We got to do a brief. We got to set up everything else, but let's just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this descent here before we enter back in the clouds. Anon, I'm with you, man. I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know if I like... I mean, I kind of like it. It is a nuisance, but it's a nuisance that I enjoy because it's realistic. I just don't know if I like it for streaming because I can see the instruments fine, but I think coming through the stream, the dark makes it a little bit hard to see on the dark stream. And you can turn it off, CK, you're right. Exclamation point specs, Stooge. Exclamation point specs. Dan the man, yeah, 6,000 feet per minute in the back. That's what we call dive. That's what happens when you set that descent up a little bit late and it's still within reach of capturing it. It goes to the max. It goes to what its limit is, which is the top of the econ descent window. All right, here we go, back into the clouds. Here we go. We got our engine anti-ice back on. Let's continue our briefing. We'll get the seatbelt sign on as well. And just a quick up and down. The VA link, I am very sorry. Let me put that in the description, or I don't know if any of the mods are still there. But let me actually get that for you. I will post this right here for you guys. I should have put it in the description. That's the link for the virtual airline we are flying for, and you bring up a good point. I need to check. Okay, I'm not offline. You are. I need to check my Pegasus. It says we are descending. Everything is looking good. We're on time. And if I check my ACARS, what time did we push? Yep, we pushed back at 41:30, so we were on time. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I mean, I really feel like I'm at work. So now we're getting a little bit behind the curve, drag required. I'm going to let you're fine. Let's go ahead and clear you out. You'll be fine. All right, so I did say that I'm going to not do the auto land on this approach. So let's put in the minimums for 19er left. Minimums for 19er left. Okay, that's so annoying. Cat 19er left, regular, here it is. 110.3, 187, 1989, 226 in the barrel. What is the company? Massaji. VAMSIS? Yep, it is VAMSIS. I really like the VAMSIS stuff for the VA. I mean, I really feel like I'm working with the ACARS booking and all the stuff. What is this? Oh my, is this the new, I think this is something they're working on. How cool is this? Gate assignment for flight 574. Arriving Tampa is gate 35, ground power and air, yes, and yes. That's what we need. Ops is 31.6 on the ground. That is so cool. That is next level. So we're going to gate 35. Oh, look, we broke out. Oh, what a beautiful evening here in Tampa. Theoretically, we don't need any more engine anti-ice, so let's go ahead and turn it off. How beautiful is this? Let's take a minute to just enjoy these views coming in here. Look at this. Look at this view. This is real life right here. We're in real life again. But that telex message, that's coming in from the Hoppy ACARS. We got a gate assignment and everything. That is so cool. How do I like this bird? I'm loving it, man. What do you have to do? What do you have the Fenix display quality set to? I have it set to balanced, Shodan. I have it set to balanced right now. I wish my VA gave me those messages. Yeah, I don't know if it's I wonder if it's automated. I know they were working on it. I mean, it seems automated unless one of them is sneaky breaky in the chat right now. But I mean, that's awesome. If you guys want a VA to join, if you like what I do in the channel and you think that I approve good products, you know, whether I say this is good or, you know, like whether it's the side stick or the tiller or the Bravo throttles, if you're looking for a VA to join, you don't know if you want to go into one that's like super hardcore about participation and all this stuff, it's an awesome VA to join if you just want to have some fun, fly every now and then. And it's also very good if you want to fly heavily, because they've got the leaderboards, all the monthly stuff going on. So you can do the best of both worlds. I love the Pegasus and VAMSIS software that they got for ACARS, dispatch, and all that. You get bonus points for following the SOPs, which are outlined in the Discord. So if you want to check it out again, I'll post it. It's coming through the chat here. It's vSpirit.io is where you need to go check it out. But those guys are awesome, and they put it together. A couple mods that were part of my channel. You know, I have nothing to do with the VA. I'm just a regular member like everybody else, but they branched off and started the VA, and since they supported me, I support them, and I can tell you guys it's legit. It's fun. I love doing VA Friday. I'm really hoping we can get back into the Piedmont virtual as soon as we get an airplane for that. But definitely give them a check. Check them out. All right, let's get back to look at the screenshot, print screen. Look at this. Are you kidding me? This is the most realistic, like, turn into Tampa I've ever done in my life. This is more real than real life. Look at these clouds, man. Are you kidding me? All right, what's the altimeter? 29er85. Let's go ahead and push that. You can see it's not much different from Tampa. I'm sorry, not much different from Lauderdale. So 29er85 and 29er85 from Mr. Phantom over here. All right, briefing. We're set up to come 19 left, ILS, ITPA 110.3. Final approach course is 188. DA is 226 in the glass. Touchdown. The on 19 left, we've got like, I don't know, 7,000 feet available. Let's run a perf data for that. Right-hand turn off. We're going to gate 35. Any questions? No questions. We're going to do good to medium. Runway 19 left. Apply METAR. Landing weight is current weight of 140.1. We're going to round it up. 140.1. Enter. We'll do manual brakes, full reverse, auto thrust, flaps full. 6,900 feet, 7,000. We got 8,300 feet. So you don't want to float it, but you don't have to stomp on the brakes either. Getting ready to go through 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get our mini speed brakes out. We don't have any ATC, so we'll get both lights on here. Normally we leave this light for cleared approach, and we leave the nose light for clear to land. That way, if I'm flying on final and I look up at 500 feet, I'm like, are we cleared to land? If I look up and I see this light switches off, probably didn't get a landing clearance, so we'll double check query ATC. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down because it is bright. Instead of the eye adaptation, I wish they had a sunglass mod where I could just like flip my sunglasses on and it would toggle the eye adaptation. That would be the best way to do it. All right, as we go through 10,000 feet here, per vSpirit SOPs, we will select speed 250 knots, and we will activate and confirm the approach phase. Approach phase is activated. Flight attendants prepare for landing. And we have a speed limit of 210 at Lisa down there, right? Lisa? It looks like someone's out in front of us. Tampa traffic, Spear Wings 574. We're about 10 miles to the east of the field out of 9,500 feet. We're setting up for the LS 19 left behind company. So he's already out in front of us. Let's enjoy that shot. How do we correct crosswind landings without the plane trying to be a drift racer, rudder curves, nose wheel steering issue? Chris, I think that's a Microsoft thing, man. I talked about that a little bit in the Discord voice with some of y'all, but I feel like the rudder loses authority when the mains are on the ground, which is not true to real life. In real life, with the mains on the ground, I can sling that nose left or right as far as I want to because the rudder is still 100% effective. On Microsoft, it feels like when the mains touch, the rudder doesn't have any effectiveness, so you have this rudder input in, and then as soon as the nose comes down, it thinks it's nose wheel steering, and it becomes effective again, and it drifts you off. So, I don't know. What shades do I wear in real life? I got a couple, let's see, so I use a Randolph's aviators. I used to have some Vidalo HD glasses for a very, very long time. I love those glasses. I lost them in Newark, of all places. What's my favorite pilot moment? When the wheels touch down at home base, man. Isn't anti-ice supposed to work automatically? No, it does not. It does not. You have to manually turn it on. You can have automatic ice detection, but you still have to manually activate it. The landing chart really came in handy into Santa Barbara with the 6,000-foot runway. Yep. Cam, I was just saying this in the Discord voice too. Yesterday, flying in, we had a auto brake medium requirement. Couldn't use auto brakes low because we were too heavy. We had a little bit of extra gas on board, and we had a full load of people. So even though the runway was 7,000 feet long, we couldn't do auto brakes low. Favorite airport to fly in a real life? Home base. Am I using a set preset inside, or do you have settings or similar? I have Ultra. I have all Ultra settings, except like, I don't know, maybe two other things. I can't remember. Basically, whatever Q8 pilot suggested in his Sim Update 9 video, those are the settings that I'm running. Lauren, I know. We don't have the superior IAEs. We gotta do the best with what we got. Is there a way to align the IR in flight with position like in some fighters? You can retrieve an attitude. You can go into attitude mode and try to receive an attitude, but Dennis, thank you for your super chat. I want to say no, but again, I guess it would technically depend on what happened up here. And it also depends on the type of IR system that you have. So you can sometimes recover the attitude function or an ADR function on your ADIRUs, but if you just straight up lost alignment, you're probably not going to get it back. To really answer your question, there is no in-flight alignment option. So thank you for your support, man. All right, so he's turning base. Let's go ahead and descend to 3,000. All right, let's shoot a line off of Bucks. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the center line. We call this shooting a line. We're going to select Bucks. Final approach course is 008, radial in. Now we have that nice long dash line there. We'll go ahead and hit insert. It's very important you select heading, or else the airplane does just that. It wants to nav you onto that course. So tug on your knob after you select the runway course there. Now we have an extended center line. At this point, we'll go ahead and we'll keep going. Tampa traffic, Spirit Wings 574 out of 3.9, descending 3,000, setting up for left base, 19 left behind company, Tampa. I'm going to let him go just a little bit more. We got to start slowing down. So let's go ahead and select 180 knots here in the FCU. And you know what? I want to hand fly this one because we're going to do an auto land. So I'm going to get the recording on now, flight recorder. And I'm just going to do a hand flowing all the way. If I can get flight recorder up. All right, recording is on. Tiller cam is on. Let's go ahead and shut everything off. I'm going to just come to idle. That's normal. Wait. There we go. And let's go flight directors off. Flight directors off. Auto thrust off. That's me. VFE next -10. Flaps 1. And give me the bird. Give me the bird in chat. We're going to need eye adaptation on for this approach. I can't really see. Yeah, we're going to hand fly this one with the auto thrust off because we're doing an auto land on the next leg. Holding 3,000 feet. VFE next -10, flaps 2. So I got that auto thrust, auto flight off. That shouldn't be there. I think that was because maybe of how I disconnected the auto thrust. Tampa traffic, Spirit Wings 574, turn and final for 19 left, Tampa. A little bit slow there. I don't want that guy to cut me off. Get some more power.
Tampa traffic, Spirit Wings 803 on left base for 19 left.
Okay, so maybe he is going to cut me off. I went a little bit far, to be honest. I wish I had an FO so I could have spin the heading over. All right, there's 180 on the speed. Tampa traffic, Spirit Wings 574, 10 outside of Bucks on final 19 left, Tampa. Try to cut the corner there a little bit. I don't know why I climbed to 3,100, but if we have to go miss, we'll leave it at 3,000 feet. Auto brakes are off.
Tampa traffic, Spirit Wings 803, turning final for 19 left.
I don't know what that lag was about. It scared me. There's going to be support with the Phoenix. I can't wait. When we get a multi-crew with the Phoenix, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of Phantom. That's for sure. All right, 3,000. We're 180. We are flaps 2. So remember, 2,000 feet above touchdown at 180 knots. Flaps 2, that's all we need. We'll just go manage speed gear down when we hit 2,000 above touchdown. All right, there's the slope. I just see it pop into the top of my ND there. I'm kind of dog-legging this final here. back a little bit more to the right, get on the localizer. Are the salaries competitive at Bourbon Air? Absolutely. Absolutely they are. I think there's something better in the works, Chris. I'm not sure.
Traffic turning left 15, 5 miles an hour, 19 left.
Oh, I thought this was at 10. Jeez. Hopefully, as soon as we clear this cloud, it'll brighten up. How do you change to the flight path vector or the bird? This knob right here. There's a little button right above the autopilot push button, and it says heading track FPA. That is the FPA indicator, flight path annunciator. Gee, it took me a second. All right, Loke's alive, Slope's alive. I'm gonna hold 3,000 though. I don't need to descend down early. I keep looking over. I think I'm flying a Neo, but I gotta remember this is CFMs. The N1s. I want my EPers. I need those IE engines. Quick wing view? Never turn down a quick wing view. Look at that. Tampa traffic, Spur Wings 574, over Bucks, 19 our left, Tampa. Alright, we're on the Loke. Loke is captured. Well, I shouldn't say captured because I'm hand flying, but we are on the localizer. Not doing a very good job of it. And here comes the slope. I'm going to just manage this up. I have control of the thrust, so I'm just going to get that to start getting out of the way. That's because we're descending below. We're leaving 3,000 for the missed approach altitude. Apparently I can't fly a localizer either. I can see the runway.
Tampa traffic turning left 15, 0, 19 left, off the right side of Charlie, Control 3, airside A.
Alright, we're approaching 2,000 feet. Not quite there yet. Save that fuel as much as we can. So I feel like with this much wind, we should be flying about 180 on the heading. I guess it's not. A little bit of a quartering headwind. Alright, there's 2,000 feet, gear down on the speed brakes. VFE next minus 10, flaps 3. I don't know why I can't get them to arm. There we go. VFE minus 10, VFE next minus 10, flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin crew is advised. Auto thrust is off. ECAM memo. A landing all green. Landing check is complete. Getting away from that glide slope a little bit, correcting. Auto thrust off to increase fun factor. Yeah, and I haven't done an auto thrust off approach. I know this was a very, very bad approach. I don't know why. I feel like I cannot follow the flight director at all, or the localizer in the slope. I can see the pappies. I'm on. Got two whites out there. Man, should have auto landed it. Terrible hand flying. Terrible. But you see how it like keeps. I don't know. I just suck maybe. All right, recording is on. I don't know, that glide slope is way down there. Alright, we're going down to get it. We're at 1,000 feet per minute, I know, correcting. Let's see, there's two reds. Guess it doesn't have
500.
in chat. 500 feet, stable, clear to land. We finally got it. But now, last time, this glide slope ran right into the dirt as we came over the lights here. Let's see if it does it. It seems like it's okay right now.
100 above.
Transitioning to basically outside views here, just looking at the pappies now. 2 whites, 2 reds.
Minimum.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Yeah, see? And now watch the nose. Yeah, see? I can't move the nose when the mains are on the ground. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa there. Nose wheel. 70 knots. So that's exactly what's happening. I have 0 nose control with the mains on the ground. And then as soon as the nose touches, it goes where your rudder input is. We did it.
Tampa ground, or Tampa traffic, Spirit winds 803 on short final, 19 left.
All right, we'll clear, we'll hold short. We have another runway to cross, so we're not going to reconfigure. We're going to start the chrono because we got to let the engines cool down. We'll go ahead and hold short of runway 10 and 28. All right, since we're holding short, I'm just going to set the brake here. We're going to sit right here. We'll watch this guy land. This is default scenery, unfortunately.
Tampa traffic. American 1429 established runway 19 left. Tampa traffic.
Nice. I just want to make sure he's not going to use runway 10 to turn off, and then we'll cross. I like using United 18, Mr. Coyote. United 18 is a format I like. Nice touchdown there, buddy. Diego, that's what it seems like. Yeah, you can't correct the lateral position of the nose on the ground. All right, let's go ahead and cross. Tampa traffic experience 574, crossing 1028 to the ramp. Tampa. No, Flight Tampa doesn't have Tampa scenery, unfortunately. Once we cross, we'll go ahead and reconfigure for after landing.
Tampa traffic, Spirit 803, crossing 102.
Oof. Got RAS on there. Let's clean it up. We don't have an APU, so not even any point in starting it. We've got we got 3-minute cooldown, so we got to taxi nice and slow. We're going to 35, which will be over here by this company traffic. Why don't you reconfigure for runway crossing? It's an SOP thing, Christian. When you're going to be, now, let me say, in real life, in a multi-cruise scenario like that, when the parking brake is set, you can go ahead and reconfigure. But in real life there, Tampa Tower would have told us to cross 1028, even with that guy landing probably. So at that point, you just keep the airplane moving. Heads outside. You want both people looking outside the window when you cross the runway. Then when you're clear of all runways and your terminal side, then you can reconfigure and run the after landing checklist. Now, again, if the parking brake is set, say we're going to be sitting there for a minute or two, then absolutely, there's no problem in running the after landing checklist and reconfiguring. But it's more so for like when you land in places like Dallas, say you land on 17 Center and you have an immediate right turn and there's another runway you have to cross, you're not going to do a configuration change while you're in the middle of crossing another active runway. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that CFD flying to see if that changes that rudder authority on touchdown. Okay, there's 3 minutes. We're going to go yellow electric pump on, and we're going to go ahead and secure engine 2. so we can get our wasn't that spool down? It's there barely, but that way we can get our bonus points for vSpirit.
Spirit Wings 224 on a 10-mile final for 192 miles. Temp traffic.
Upper traffic. American 1429 landing runway 19.
Just take this gate right here. Yeah, we definitely need scenery for Tampa. I really wish Flight Tampa would have done Tampa first. Fubar. Immense the need for speed. I still need to see it, man. Isn't that crazy? Alright, nose wheel light is off, or taxi light is off. This is gate 16. Definitely not gate 35. We're not going over there. Park next to a nice IE. See, doesn't it just look so good with those big IE engines? I want to make sure we don't taxi into him without a marshaller, so we'll do the cheat view here. Which we are really close to hitting him.
Tampa traffic, American 1429 clear runway 19 left. Tampa traffic.
That's pretty close. Brake is set. We need to connect ground power. We can't go straight into the replay because we do have our vSpirit ops we have to do. So GPU is on. I wonder if jetway will work. We have external power. We do. External power is on. Engine number 1 is coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tampa. That was a lot of work for a short leg. Jeez. I know. At least we didn't crash into the bridge. Do I like CFM more? No, I do not like the CFMs at all. It's cool seeing all these vSpirits coming in here, though. And there's the Americant over there. Alright, we have a company message. That's probably our arrival. So let's go Atsu AOC received. On at 41. 5% and 1. Beacon light is off. Let's take a look at our... Yep. The flight may now be ended in VAMSIS, so we can go ahead and file the pirate. And now we can do a replay. And what we're going to do... I don't think there's anybody on final, right? Nope, nobody... Oh, there is one guy on final. Let's watch him. And then we will do our replay. I need to increase the drone speed, though. We got our nice AIG traffic here, so let's go ahead and watch. Let's watch this spiritual wing. Oh, he bounced it. Oh, he totally bounced it. Totally bounced it. Whoever's filing that PI-rep, that's bounce. Dock him 5 points. Guys, look at this weather right here. Look at, you see that cloud? Look at that band of weather moving towards the airport. Look at this. This is insane. We need to get out of here before that hits the field. Look at all these guys over here. That's so cool. I don't know why mine is like the extra dirty one, but it is what it is. There's a 321 with CFMs. Ooh. All right. That was cool. Let's go into replay mode. I'm actually going to go back to the cockpit first.
Traffic, Spirit Wings 220. Vacated runway 19.
We'll go replay mode here, and what we need to do is do a state. So we're just going to dismiss this. We're going to go panel states, and we're going to go ready state. Activate that. Let's see what happens here. We'll watch 1 or 2, maybe 3 replays. I'm going to take a leak, and then we will start the second leg back. Cam, I thought that was pretty cool, wasn't it, Cam? See that guy do that replay? All right, we'll go, I think we were only flaps 2 when we started the replay. We got to get all of our lights on. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this replay. Had to drop out of live, but want to say thanks for answering my question about pitch. Yeah, Michael, no worries, man. I think it's totally fine. Honestly, I don't really see. I know there's like one guy that's going around bitching everywhere. I've seen the post a couple times. You guys have brought it to my attention. I don't know what he's talking about. Probably just some new hire FO who thinks he knows everything about the Airbus. That typically is how it goes. You know, when you first get on the airplane, you get type rated, you're excited, you think you know it all, but at that point, you really don't know what you don't even know yet. You know, I mean, you don't understand how many thousands of different variations there are. Different operators run different things all the time. Just because your airline does one thing doesn't mean it's that way across the board. And, you know, I think a good Airbus pilot, they always know, a good Airbus pilot knows that he doesn't know everything about the Airbus, because you're talking about so many computers, and there's so many times things happen that are just like funky. You're like, what? So, you know, a good Airbus pilot is always learning about the Airbus. As much as you think that you know, you still don't know it all. And shoot, I learn things all the time from you guys on stream. So it's I love this airplane. I think it's really well done. Is it perfect? No, there's obviously some little bugs here and there, some glitches here and there, but as far as it like being the worst airplane on the market, I don't know what that guy's on. That's my little mini rant for the day. Look at these views though. Goodness. I'm still on VATSIM. Whoop. Yeah, Steven, you're right. It's not just a good Airbus pilot. A good pilot is always learning. Exactly. No matter how long you've been doing it, whether you just got your license, you just did it first solo, or you know, you getting ready to retire next year at 65 or whatever it is, or you got 30,000 hours. It doesn't matter. You always keep learning. Like the call button's valuable. Cam, the more I think about it, I only hear that in the headset because I turn the PA knob on. I'm pretty sure I only hear it in the headset, Cam. Does replay do the flaps for you? No, it doesn't. I moved them to full there as we turned in. Oh, there was that pause, so something lagged in the sim. I remember that. We'll just get one full juice replay here. Look at that scene. Oh my gosh, look at that. I mean, we already have more likes than views right now, so thank you for hitting the like button. That's insane right there. Trevor, you had your first solo yesterday? Went very well. Trevor, that is awesome to hear, man. I'm glad you had your first solo. Congratulations. It truly is a special day. I remember my first solo as well. So you'll never forget that day. It truly is a large milestone in your progress, whatever you're trying to accomplish with flying, whether it's just to get a PPL or if you want to go all the way to the airlines. Your first solo is a huge accomplishment, so congratulations. Do I think drag is correct with flaps too? I notice it seems to slow down way more at idle thrust on the glass. Michael, honestly, man, I did not notice any discrepancy at all. I didn't think it felt weird at all. Wait a second. Oh, I thought every time I hit the view, it would raise the spoilers, but it's not. I mean, if y'all never been to Florida, that's what it looks like. You're welcome, Cam. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, Cam. I'm definitely gonna remember my next flight, and I'm gonna tell you definitively what the answer is, because I don't even remember now. You know, it's just such an automatic thing. I would not bet money on it at this point, but I think it's only through the headset. Can you please tell me if the call buttons work? Mine don't ding. I don't think you hear the ding up front. Trevor, thanks for the $1.70 dono, man. Appreciate you. You should be saving that for your flight training anyway. But thank you so much for your super chat, man. I hope you continue to pursue aviation and you get everything out of it that you put into it, man. Steve, we're going to do a quick turn here. We're going to turn the airplane around. We're going to go back to Lauderdale. Can we auto land in Lauderdale? I'm going to look at the charts real quick. We're going to do Lauderdale or Miami. Real quick, I'm going to do a poll. You guys tell me. Because I really don't know. Let me just make sure, though, we can auto land in Lauderdale. I think we can. I think they got a Cat 3 there. No, they don't. Do not. They only, so it would be, so here's your vote. If you haven't voted yet, stand by. It's either we go to Lauderdale hoping we can get in at minimums, or we just plan to go to Miami. If we can't get in at Lauderdale, we have to divert. I do have the Latin VFR for Miami, so that may change your vote. I'll let you steam on that one. We either go straight to Miami or we dispatch to Lauderdale. We may not get in. Either way, we'll have to see. Until the mains touch down, I'm gonna let the poll go. Oh, you can't change the vote? Oh, rip. Might have to go to Miami then. The one with the worst weather? Go to Key West. Fort Lauderdale has improved. Christian says, fly to Lauderdale, do an approach, and divert to Miami. We could do that. We could do some diversion practice. We haven't done a diversion. You really want to make me work, don't you, Christian? I mean, shoot, what else am I doing? It's Friday night, 3 o'clock. I'm not going to fire up the grill till around 5 anyway, so let's see why not. We might do both. We might do Lauderdale, divert, and then auto land Miami. Do you train partial panel in the Airbus on your initial type? Yeah, you do. But it's not really partial panel, it's more of an emergency electrical configuration, which is, yes, a partial panel, but... Poll number 2, veto? Alright, I'm gonna veto it. We're gonna veto the poll. Well, no, we'll let it go. Let's see what the hell, let's see what happens, but I'll probably veto it anyway. We'll only watch this one replay, then we'll watch a short touchdown, and then we'll be out of here. While I sit here, I'm actually going to... That's what I should do. I'm going to start filing our VAMSys. I need a dispatcher. I need a dispatcher in the Discord to, like, be my dispatcher. Who will, like, log into my VAMSys, do the dispatch work. Alright, so we're going to do the dispatch for Lauderdale, and then we're going to work on the diversion. We'll do that for practice. We'll do one practice diversion. That way you can see that, and then we'll be good to go. Have I ever been to SeaTac? Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, I'm booking a flight here, so just hopefully you have a good view. Ooh, that's an engine view. I can see it in Streamlabs. I just subscribed because of that. My lake is unmistakable. EJR04. Well, thank you, man. I hope you keep your subscription. I hope you enjoy the content. A real captain always vetoes. It's part of the job. True. We're going to take 575 on an A320 alternate of Miami. And we're going to go at 2045. Comes. Oh yeah. So like, yeah, I had rudder correction in there, and then as soon as I touched, it was like all over the place. Yeah, like that nose wheel should not be turning, man. That's way too sensitive. All right, let's rewind it.
Whoa, great.
Let me go to the outside view real quick. Turn the sim way down. Because I was actually just kind of, I wanted to see what would happen here. I'm going to speed it up. No, that's fine. I had right rudder upon touchdown of the mains, but then it didn't do anything. And then as soon as the nose came down, I put left rudder back in, And no, because like muscle memory, I had a right rudder for the crab, and then I automatically started putting a left rudder, but it didn't register until the nose came down, and then we were just S-turning down the center line. We're gonna veto that. Sorry for the polls. 2 vetoed polls. Thank you. Welcome to Tampa indeed. All right, so let's see what happens here. So you can see we got a little bit of a crab. The clouds make you jealous? Yeah, these clouds are stupid. Stupid good, man. Alright, so here we go. Coming into the flare, the round out in the flare. Use the rudder to straighten it out. Didn't really straighten out. Alright, and then like nose comes down, and then it's just like whoop, whoop. Yeah, see that's... Look. I don't know what that is all about. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how you fix that. Man, that needs to be fixed though. Alright, let's watch one more here. I have not seen the latest update on 12. 320 Tokyo Drift, yeah. It's like the ground friction goes into... I don't even know. See, look, there is... Like, it tried. And then, look, as soon as the nose... Boop, boop. Yeah. I mean... That's just what's happening. It doesn't... You can't move the lateral position of the aircraft when the nose isn't on the ground. Alright. It's fine. I'm going to give you guys a short one to watch here. And I'm going to set up for the next leg, and I will see you in just a few minutes, guys. Enjoy the replays. We'll be back in about, 3 to 5 minutes, ready to go. All right, I think we are back. Yes, we are. We're up and live. How is Fly Live? Is that up correct? It is Tampa, Lauderdale. It is. Excellent. All right, guys. Welcome. Thank you for hanging back with me there. Look at this shot. So I had to disconnect and reconnect because the spiritual wing terminal got overcrowded over there. I didn't want to spawn in on anybody. So I figured since we had maintenance on the APU anyway, we were over here on the hard stand, little overflow gate because everybody's diverted. But, I mean, it's really cool to see all these additional company traffics over here. I mean, check this out. We got 1, 2, I don't want to get too far away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Spirit aircraft coming into the gate over here. Awesome stuff. But here we are. We're on our hard stand. We're in a turnaround state. So we basically just reset the FMC. Now, I don't know if our APU is still broken or not. We're going to find out when we get there. But we got all the ground stuff is open. We're doing the no tug available. That will be interesting. I think we can make that turn out. We might be able to make a left turn out of there. Yeah, it'll be tight, but we could try. If anything, we'll do a power back, which might really piss off vSpirit. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes. All right, here we go. Mass and balance. 162 of 0. We're ready to go with that. Everything pretty much on the overhead is done. This is a through flight. We're just doing a quick swipe here, make sure everything else looks good. We put this is still in 1. Everything else looks good on the overhead. Let's come down to the AOC. Let's do our flight init. Let's pull our flight plan out. Should be Tampa to Lauderdale. There it is. We'll go right to our initialization. We'll do company init here. And while we're sitting on the ground waiting for that, let's do weather, get the most updated weather for Tampa, and in fact, I thought I could put two airports. We'll just do Tampa for now. We're continuing on as NKS 575. Nope, I just filed the wrong flight plan. Oh well, I'll figure that out in a little bit here. NKS 575. We're going 90. It's too fast. Let's just do 25 out of here. And what did we file? $27,000 feet. Is the turnaround site ready with the IRS aligned? I feel like those will be turned off. Nope, you leave them aligned. You can leave them aligned, but remember, if you're doing a crew swap, you got to do a full alignment anyway, so you just leave them on the aligned position. Ref, cool. All right, that is good. As far as our flight plan, we're going to depart 19er left, and it's a short flight, so let's just get in a short flight. 19er left, Gandhi 8 departure. And we can start the boarding process too, if I didn't already say that. Let's start the boarding process, please. Real time, 27 minutes. Gandhi 8 out to Sabi, and we're going to talk about our alternate and how we're going to program that too. So we're going to get Gandhi 8 here to Sabi, Lauderdale on the Tiki 2. We're going to load up 10 left, ILS on the Tiki. And Sabi transition, where are you at? Not there. That's fine. We'll just do straight Tiki 2. Approach via... Nah, we'll just do insert. Cool. Sabi direct Tiki. Okay. So after that, here's our flight plan. Here's the mist. And then we should have an alternate of Miami. So how can we help ourselves out here with fuel burn for Miami? I'm going to just throw in an approach here to Miami. I'm going to click Miami. I'm going to go arrival. I'm going to say we need to do, let's pull up Miami real quick, see what Miami has for Cat 3 options. So on the chart here on my actual iPad, I'm just looking just to save time. There's no Cat 3 in Miami. What's that? There's no Cat 3s in Miami? Wow, there's no Cat 3s in Miami either. Well, we can auto land off of Cat 1. We'll do an auto land test. But let's just say we wanted to do ILS for our alternate of 9. So we'll put ILS 9 in there. We could do an approach via. And for 9, let's draw it all the way out to a leg, which is the longest approach segment. So now, when we get our fuel numbers, we'll have a little bit more accurate of what we got for our alternate gas, because it actually takes into account flying to leg, grit, Innis, and the ILS 9 into Miami. So that's good there. Secondary, you know the drill, quick and knit. Secondary, come right back around here to 19er left. I think it was like 200, wasn't it? Oh well, we'll just do 200. And the radio. And temperature off the ECAM 29. 29 or 8 something? 29 why is that in hectopascals? Oh, that was weird. 2985. Oh, you know what? It didn't save the airline configuration, I think. No, it didn't. This thing has got some weird things going on here. Airframe, DDRMI, ISIS. We want this, no, no, no. That's pretty standard. We'll give ourselves brake fans because we're high tech. No, 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 no. 100, yeah. Cool. All right. Ground services, weight and balance. We've got our fuel. Exclamation point throttle. Thank you, Christian. Over to the FCU, no ATC, 270 in the top. VOR, never waste additional information. Constraint mode, we are already aligned. Cool. Nothing to hard tune. The init B, we've already got our fuel on board, 8.5, and it is balanced. That doesn't seem like a whole lot of gas. Wait, what? No, we need a min dispatch of 10,000. I'm gonna have to adjust that. We gotta adjust that here, so let's go return. How do we change this? Not maintenance, it's config, fuel. We need at least 10,000. Actually, you know what? Let's give ourselves 10,500. Because we need to have min dispatch fuel per our SOPs for vSpirit is 10,000 pounds. Christian, thank you. I'll have to figure out how to do that, man. Let me see. Is there an APU option? Pneumatic. Oh no, can I go back? Oh no. Let's see if they find anything wrong with maintenance. So we got maintenance coming for the APU. We've got our fuel on board. We can get our fuel tank pumps on. That is good. We'll arm the seat belts, or turn them on, excuse me. What's the temperature in the cabin? It's staying cool with the ground air. That's good. And we have 10.5 on our fuel, so 10.5 can go in the McDo. That is set. All right. How are we looking? We're boarding. We got a lot of spiritual wings out here. Christian, good deal, man. I'm gonna need the help for sure. We've got Southwest taxiing out. We can watch him take off, maybe, if if we don't get too far from the airplane. Let's go. That's maintenance over there. What kind of message we get? Prelim here. Prelim load sheet, accept. Excellent. And they are done. Oh no, they're still loading cargo. And we got more fuel than we need. Cool. So let's watch this Southwest guy take off. Let's say you're a passenger right here and you're just chilling on the wing view here. We're going to watch Southwest depart. Look at the weather around the airport. That is so nice. Costas, it's the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant that I'm using. Well, my phone is officially dead, and I don't think I have a charger. You want to see Telex Ops in action? I know, I do too. I think we're on. We got our Hoppy log on, so we do have ACARs. Maintenance is done, I guess. Maintenance is done with the APU. Let's watch this guy. Oh, he's not quite ready yet. I need to go on. Oh, I am on 22.8. Are we all in Datsun, right? Yes, we are. So he's just going out in ghost mode, typical Southwest fashion, not talking to anybody else because they're the only ones at the airport. Well, now he's backing up. And now he's breakdancing at the hold short line. Can you help with the custom views? A bassman. A bassman or a baseman, I'm not sure. Exclamation point wing view. Watch the video through and through and you'll be good to go. Noting that if you do not have to do any CFG file edits in the Fenix, all you have to do is make your bindings proper and then they will work. So he's going to talk about a part about where you have to go edit a CFG file to move the camera out of the cockpit. You don't need to do that with the Fenix. So I don't know what he's doing. He's not waiting, so we're just going to get rid of that. Turn this off. I guess we're done with this McDo down there. So I'm going to start the APU. Let's see how she runs. Let's see if we can get her started up here. God, is this X-Plane 11? Is it starting? Flap open. Here we go. I just realized I have my sunglasses here. I wonder if I should wear my sunglasses. Keep the eye adaptation on. I love this airplane. Any tips for someone getting the 320 type rating? Understand flight control laws. That's going to be a large majority of your type rating. Is understanding the flight control laws and their associated alternate states. So make sure you have that down pat. Here goes that Southwest. Like this AIG model matching, Christian. 10 for 10. It just sucks I can't leave the airplane to watch him take off, but there he goes. Nice smooth rotation. Some dark clouds on the horizon where we're going, folks. Some dark clouds out there. Giving us a little wing rock on departure. 10 for 10, dude. 10 for 10. All right. Cargo is on board, so let's go ahead and close up those doors. Forward and aft can close. We can pull the aft stairs. We can pull all those doors, but those. APU is on and available, so let's try this. Let's get the bleed on. Patrick, yeah, they're a lot to get your head around, but once you understand them, everything in the Airbus is going to make more sense to you, because the Airbus is trying to do what it's programmed to do. So if you don't understand what it's trying to do, you're just going to keep asking yourself questions. So take your time, study all the normal laws, all the abnormals on the flight controls and what they do, like high speed protection, low speed, all that, and you're going to be good to go. Then it's just an airplane from there on. All right, so the AP seems to be working. Looks like we've fixed that. That's good. We don't need the aft cargo anymore. We'll close that. We're keeping the ground air on. Remember, this PCA air, that's preconditioned air. I don't know why aft cargo stays open. There we go. Okay. So the PC air will keep us cool.
Tampa traffic. Speedbird 1429 at stand 10. Push and stop.
Speedbird. Excellent. Yeah, it is getting toasty in here, folks. I'll tell you that. It's getting toasty. This is real life here. We're sitting here waiting for boarding. We're off gate in 45, so 35 we could push. We're almost there. We're almost there. Do a quick little takeoff briefing while we sit here. Let's pull up our departure. Runway 19 or left, dry surfaces, optimum, force toga, yes. Packs on, anti-ice off.
Tampa traffic, square wing 1114, pushback out on Mexico Gulf. Tampa.
Cool, we're going to be doing a flap 1, it looks like, 22, 40, 40. That looks fine. Acceleration out 2,000 feet, call it 1,100, come right back around here. That looks good. 270 is set in the FCU. And we are literally just waiting on boarding. I feel like we need some boarding music. Pack X or something. Trying to simulate real life here with all this real-time stuff, and now we're ahead of the game, which is good. Let's see. Speedbed. James Monks, I think I'm laying it on a bit thick with the accent. Is that you? I feel like boarding is quicker in real life. You can, I mean, on an all economy configuration like this here, a Spirit, yeah, you could board it up. I don't know, man. It takes a solid 25 minutes, really does. For a full airplane, I mean, that's if everybody's just getting in and sitting down. If you have straight backs or whatever, then it's going to even take longer. Clouds are rolling in. I'd like to get out of here before we get a wind shear. Look at the nice little aileron droop right here. Nice little detail. Just love it. Absolutely love it. That is a Speedbird 320 in Tampa. Speedbird, where are you headed? $60 people to go. Let's pull out our flight plan. For model matching, do you have to download all the liveries? Correct.
I'm on holiday, same place as everybody else.
All right, taxi brief here. We're going off runway 19 or left, a real easy taxi. We'll do a power back. If we can't make the turn out of here, we'll go out Gulf 3 or Gulf 5, Charlie, all the way to the end of 19 or left. Departing on the, what do we say, ended? No, Gandhi. Depending on the Gandhi 8, pretty simple departure procedure here. Basically, it's a heading, if we look at it, off 19 or left. Heading 213 to intercept out to Gandhi. Top altitude 6,000. We don't have any ATC, no speed restrictions on the SID. Emergency return will come right back around here. That shouldn't be a problem. So with a 213 on departure, let's look at our ND. What has it got drawn up here? Yep, 213 vector. There's Gandhi. That's correctly simulated there. You want that disco because this is a 213 course line out. You're going to track that until you get a radar vector from ATC. Hopefully they give you direct Gandhi or Paris, whatever it may be. But all right, that looks good.
Captain traffic, clear wind 532. call from stand 11, Tampa traffic.
They're pushing. PMDG-73 got an update?
We're going to hold for the British Airways taxi out and then jump up.
So too, 15. Bank angle check right back at you, sir. Thank you so much, man, for the $5 dono. I appreciate that. Don't see a message with your super chat.
Alley, so we'll make it. It'll be behind the A320. Push out.
Trying to find a better view here. I don't see a message with your super chat, but thank you so much, man. I appreciate the $5 dono, man. Gonna get lost in the sauce in the Gulf. Jason, no, we're headed down to Fort Lauderdale. We're gonna do a Cat 1 to minimums, it looks like. We might, since there is no true Cat 3 at Miami, we may just not divert. We might just do an auto land for maintenance purposes, which is totally acceptable. You can do an auto land off of Cat 1. Cat 1 approach, that is, unless it's specified on the chart that it's not allowed. But this is something that happens in real life every now and then. If the airplane hasn't done an auto land, I don't know what the cycle is, but every now and then an airplane has to have an auto land. And if it hasn't had one operationally, you'll get a message saying, hey, we need you to do an auto land for maintenance. So we just got a PDC. Beacon 4517. Oh, is this the guy that's really hardcore? I hope so. 4517. We'll go on TARA. A320 approved. Gandy 8, Sabi, Tiki 2, ground info 131.75. Maintain 6,000. Expect final cruise altitude 10 after departure. We'll assign runway taxi. Wow, did he type this out? Contact appropriate ground control with assigned beacon code and current ATIS or weather for taxi instructions. This message serves as your PDC. Do not need to reply. Wow, that is a lot of words on there. Okay, so we've got the weather. We're going to call him on 3517. Wow, we are really going to be working this leg. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We've got everyone joining back on the stream here. Getting ready to do leg 2 of our VA Friday. I really feel like I'm working when I do this stuff, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, 3517. So I'm glad everyone's ready to come along for the ride.
Right, taxi via Papa.
Oh yeah, I think this is the guy.
It's right, TW,
Almost done with boarding. I think this is the hardcore controller. Look at that. Clouds moving in, spirits are pushing back. We're going to join the yellow convoy to MIA, but the Microsoft not playing the... Oh, man. Sorry, man. All right, let's just make sure we are 100% ready to go. APU bleed is on. Let's go ahead and turn the center power off.
2207 for their contact. Now maintain 1 level 220.
On and auto. Everything is armed up top. We're looking good. You can go ahead and pull the GPU. Makes me nervous. We get an APU auto shutdown, but hopefully not. Okay, GPU is off. We'll keep the conditioned air up. Actually, let's do this realistically. We wouldn't even have conditioned air right here, probably.
Good afternoon, Spirit Wings 83, ready for IFR clearance to Fort Lauderdale.
Nope, that's not what he said.
Spirit Eagle 3, lucky you were next on a PDC list.
Ah, he didn't get his PDC yet. As soon as we are boarded, we are out of here. We got to beat the weather. I feel like this is go home day on Friday. We're all trying to beat the weather and get out of here. Oh, that's pretty cool. We're just chilling. I get a random aircraft after... Adam, I'm sorry, man. I don't have that problem. When will I fly the San Fran Santa Rosa flight? Ooh. I don't know, man. We need Miami approach now.
Miami Center, sorry about that. This is
there's one, I can't remember who. There's a Tampa guy that's super hardcore. He sounds really good. And then there's a couple in Miami, I think.
Delta 535, Miami Center radar contact, 51 miles to the east to the west of St. Petersburg, continuous 5.
Let's go. I guess it takes longer to board because we don't have, we got a passenger buses. They're bussing them over from the terminal. Look at all the Spirit tails, though. I'm taking a screenshot of that. Look how cool that is. Look at that right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1429, holding short, Charlie 7.
That's a lot of Spirit tails. Look at the reflection in the glass of the airplane. Wow. Carter, you see that?
1429, runway 1 on our left, lift takeoff, wind
right
0908, fly heading 210.
Clear for takeoff.
One Peanut, no worries, man. Have a good one.
Speedbird,
Enjoy your night, sir.
1429.
Flying center through range 1114 on the ground at Tampa, Golf 3 short of Charlie, taxi 1 on up.
Fair winds 1114, runway 1 on our left, activate Charlie.
It's a banana party, Christian. Exactly.
1 on left via Charlie, Spirit winds 1114.
162.
Spirit wing 502 with
12 people to go.
Ready for taxi.
12 people to go.
Fair winds 532, runway 1 on our left, taxi via Charlie, follow the company A320 on
Is X
Charlie.
Enviro Clouds just smoking? Oh no, that is way better than X Enviro. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at, they're actually moving in on the airport. Like they're getting closer as we sit here. How cool is that? I mean, I can actually see 'em moving.
1131, 8 right, clear for takeoff. The wind 1609er, fly heading 120.
Heading 120, clear for takeoff from 08 right, PW 1131.
Fair winds 457,
Oh,
check
look
your
at that. There's a
PDC. I didn't
Speedbird.
hear you call.
That's a cool shot. Speedbird taking off.
I got it, thank you.
162 of 158. We're almost done. 4 people left. 4 people left. No, no, no. No, you don't need push and start. You don't need to go to November.
2206, push start November approved.
Push start November approved Alpha or
Yeah,
American.
exactly, Christian. Carter needs to fly 1 month in Microsoft and then try it. I'm kind of nervous though that we don't have any tugs. Come on. We'll go ground service. Chocks and cones removed. Boarding complete. Let's do it.
Fair winds 4058, Miami, squawk 4704.
Captain, good to close? We are good to close. All right, close the door. Close that. No tug available.
Miami Center, hello. Caribbean 86.
Beacon light is coming on.
Flight level 2.
And we need our final perf.
Over 414 Whiskey Delta, Miami,
We'll
squawk
sync
4746.
We'll calculate that.
4746, going forward,
And I need to go back here. I wish this had the
Fever
CGM.
1429, radar contact, say altitude.
What do we have? 134.2 and
Pulsing
30.5.
Speedbird
134.2
1429, climbing
30.5
10
is
direct
set.
Gandhi on board.
10.5 on the fuel.
Direct
V-speeds
Gandhi
are
and climb 240, Speedbird 1429.
20, 40, 40. Flaps 1, Toga. 120. 140.
Miami Center, hello. Caribbean 8638.
All right, we got to do a manual pushback. So good to start. We are ready to start. Let's go ahead and
Caribbean
just turn 1.
8638, Miami, squawk 4544.
We got bleed pressure starting 1.
Caribbean 8638.
American 2705, runway A right, taxi via Whiskey Mike.
Let's get out of here. Oh, Chris, I will try Shift P. You're right. Let me try Shift P.
Already? Great.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Chris, you're the hero, man.
Stand by.
Although the brake is on. Need more IE and sharklets? We're going to do a 2-engine taxi out because it's going to be a short taxi.
Descend via Bahia to arrival, landing to the east. The full latitude altimeter 2984.
GT still coming up. At least we get to do APU start.
3638
Saves us a lot of time. Go ahead and turn 2.
310, descend via the Bahia to arrival. Landing
gonna
east,
push it.
altimeter 2984.
Nope.
Send via the Bahia 2. Can you say that altimeter again for Caribbean?
That's just straight FSX. Yeah, Shift P it is.
Altimeter 2984.
2984 descending via the Bahia arrival. Thanks, Caribbean 8638.
That's far enough.
Spirit winds 1114, flight heading 210, 1 on the left. Lift for takeoff, wind 0908.
Brake set, clear to disconnect. Show me the pin out front. What do we,
Number 4 Whiskey
575?
Delta, radar
575.
contact 170 miles to the northeast of Fresher, continuous 5. Frontier Flight 33, on.
Sounding good. And close enough. We're going to go here. Flaps 1 is set. APU bleed. That is off. That is up. Trim was 0.3
Miami Center
down.
radar contact, climbing maintain for 0260. Turn right, direct mounting T on course.
260 direct mounting on course, BW1131.
Southwest
Get back to
458,
my
same way the
jets.
TQ1 arrival, landing east, the altimeter 2984. Rear
We're
wind
Gulf
532, 1 on our left, line up away.
Gulf 3.
1 on the left, last wind, Spirit 532.
And Miami ground, or Tampa ground, Spirit Wings 575 with the weather, ready to taxi short of Gulf 5.
Spirit 575, runway 1 on our left, taxi to Charlie.
1 on our left via Charlie, Spirit Wings 575. All right, 1 on our left via Charlie, let's go.
Miami Center, FedEx 309, requesting ISR to Mondia.
S309.
What's up, Rams fan? Good to see you, man. No, I'm off for a couple days now. I've been working hard
Where you
last
at?
couple days. I've been working hard last couple days, man.
At the cargo ramp.
All right, we'll go ahead and get nice and straight out here, then we'll do our control checks.
Yeah, refile your flight plan. No flight plan yet.
Miami Center, Spirit Wings 803, holding for the DD.
All right, flight controls, full up,
803,
down,
you didn't get
neutral.
a PCC?
full left, full right, neutral,
We got
rudder.
a long time ago. Let me check. Let me try again.
Whoa, full left, full right, neutral. That does seem still
Miami
seem a
Center,
little
Caribbean
weird. All right,
8638. I know it's early. Can we expect the left or right side today?
auto brakes, max, takeoff config, check.
3630, expect the right side.
PWS on and auto, TCAS code set, TARA. I can't drive and do all this at the same time.
American 2207, ascend via the right to arrival. Orlando is landing south.
Even the grumpy ATC
Orlando
voice.
altimeter 2985.
All right, we're out of here,
Frontier
guys.
flight 30,
That was a long turn.
1330.
40 minutes.
I heard you calling, but I didn't hear you. You're
Southwest would not approve.
4610. You can hear me.
Southwest would not approve.
Frontier Flight 1330.
Let's go turn that
Now it's
down.
good.
Turn that down. Don't need that.
And Center American 2206, ready to taxi.
I just
Number
spun the
4, Mike
trim.
Whiskey, Lee Meyer Space, at the radar service terminated, freaking change approved.
There we go. We're going to hold short of 19er left.
Fully ready, American.
Company traffic is on the runway.
American 2206, runway right, taxi to Mike. Fairway 532, flight is 210, 1 on our left, lift takeoff with 0908. Fairway 579, Fairway 575, runway 1 on our left, line up and wait.
1 on our left, line of way, Spirit Wings 575. All right, he's rolling.
Spirit 457, Gulf 3, ready for taxi.
Fairway 457, runway 1 on our left, taxi via Charlie.
1 on our left via Charlie, Spirit 457.
Gosh, the lighting looks so good with those clouds moving in. We are just going to beat it. All right, we we can't watch them. We're going to go ahead and go up to our overhead here.
American 2397, runway 10 left, taxi via Bravo.
So we got to line up and wait. So we're going to get everything on except our landing lights, which we will stand by. Berto!
Hey, Captain. Happy Friday, sir.
My name is Fenix A320.
Bank angle check right back at you, Berto. Happy Friday to you, man. Thank you for the donut. Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, hold on. You guys are stepping on top of each other. So let's try this again. Hold on. Let me get these departures first. Fair winds 11 to 14. Radar contact. Stay out. 1114. Climbing 10-230. Direct lobby.
See, that's 2 for 2 in the lineups. Maybe they did change something with that.
Miami Center, Seabird,
Carter killing me.
1429. Requesting that.
He thinks we're still in X-Plane.
14 plane. Make it
That, my friend, is not X-Plane. Look at that amazingness.
I can go into a hole if it makes it better.
Company massage.
No. You can climb and maintain for 250, then descend via the Tiki 2 arrival landing to the east. The altimeter is 2984.
Cleared by the Tiki 2 arrival and 2984.
I'd like to take off before we get blasted by these wind shears coming here. Calvin, my first stream with you. I have a clue you have what bindings?
532 radar contact.
I'm using just the nose wheel steering binding. Or whatever the binding is that they want. I think it's nose wheel steering.
532, climb maintain for 310, direct.
But welcome, Calvin. It's yeah.
Gandhi and join the departure.
Phoenix put out a thing on it. Is it nose wheel steering axis or is it no? I think it's. Someone knows in chat. I'd look it up, but I'm live on a network right now. We're about to take off, so whatever they said to bind it. But it seems to work. The tiller works great for steering. The pedal disconnect button does not have a binding, however, so you cannot use the disconnect button on here, unfortunately, yet.
American 2705, A right, clear for takeoff. The wind is
Look at that.
160 at 9er.
That wing view, the XP said it the other day too, but that Fenix A320 wing is the most realistic wing that we've seen in a flight sim. I mean, look at that wing. Look at the textures on the wing. It is the most realistic looking wing I've ever seen.
What was that again?
Even more so than the PMDG, which I said was going to be very hard to beat, but I think they've done it.
13, like I say the message I can hear.
Yeah, we had the wrong flight.
No problem, Calvin. I don't know what wing could be better looking than this one here. Look at that.
Delta 1090, ready for a taxi.
Straight up looks like I'm looking out the window.
Okay, American 1390, then runway 10 left, taxi via
Danny, yep, this is the second leg, man. We had a long turn there, 40 minutes on the ground. We had to do APU maintenance.
Let me get some guys out first.
We had to get APU.
Spare wind 4.
Nope.
50.
Nope.
Spare wind 575. Yep. 1 on the left, clear for takeoff. Wind 0908, flying 210.
1 on the left, clear for takeoff. Spare wind 575. Almost went through that 6,000 a sec. Toga's in chat. Here we go. We're cleared for takeoff. Light them up.
Miami Center.
Spool them 50.
3015 IFR to Fort Lauderdale.
Southwest 3015, I'm going to send your bidding.
Yoga! Never gets old. Mantoga, SRS runway, auto twist is blue. The rust set. 100 knots, check. V1.
Oh.
Rotate.
Runway 9er or A right. Braking. American 2206, runway A right, line up.
Positive rate, you're up. The winds are coming. It's going to be loud. I do a
American
fly with
2705, radar contact.
So loud. 213 on the heading.
Climb maintain for level 340.
Climb maintain for level 340, Spirits 575. That's up there.
No, that was not for 575. That was for 2705. Southwest 450, expect the LS 10.
There's our positive trend. Thrust climb on a plus.
450, expect the LS 10 right approach.
Here's S speed. Flap 0.
Delta
I'll
419,
hold right over
expect
Tampa
runway 9
Bay.
approach. Expect ILS runway 9 approach, Delta 419.
Oh, that's straight Kool-Aid right there. That's straight Kool-Aid.
Sir, wind 575, you are with our contact. Tell me the altitude.
3.3, climb 6 out, clearance 575.
Clear 575, climbing tempo 270, grid rate Gandhi.
Climb maintain level 270, Drake Andy's clearance 575. Alright, 270 is set. Pull for open. And we're going direct to Gandhi, so we're going to come over here. Direct to Gandhi. Insert. And in the turn. We went a little fast there.
You're gonna have to
a little bit fast there.
Online, so let me just coordinate with him.
Right.
I'll call him back
Oh, look at that right now.
coordinate. American 1390, contact the Miami departure 124.
Alright, here comes 250 knots. You get that nose back down about 12 degrees. Basically park that box right on top of the
attitude.
indicator.
12485 American.
Right on top. You park that little black box right on top of
Miami
the
traffic on the ground with their BDC. Contact when ready to taxi. Contact Miami approach 124.85.
Alright, we're 6.6 coming 270. We are looking good. We hand flew the last one. Let's go autopilot 1 on, so we've got a lot to do here with this guy.
Miami Center Southwest 3015, pushing the Gulf on the ground in Tampa.
Southwest 3015, runway 1 on our left, taxi via Charlie.
Love it.
No, we're looking for pushback on the Gulf.
You don't need to call for
Oh, you're
push.
looking, okay, push it to Gulf is approved.
Push on the Gulf is approved, Southwest
Oh, he's
3015.
pushing on a Golf. That would be why.
Spray winds 457, fly heading 210,
Alright,
runway 1 on our left, clear for takeoff, wind
8.9 to 270. We're going direct to
Heading 210,
Gandhi.
one
We're
on our left,
250 on the
clear for
speed.
takeoff,
We're getting ready to go through 10,000. After landing checklist is complete, everything looks good. Overhead is good. Temperature outside is plus 19. Here comes 10,000. That's close enough. Let's go ahead and get the lights off.
803, runway 19 our left, taxi via Charlie.
Give him a ding.
19 left.
And we're at a 10 and accelerating.
Southwest 458,
What's our climb out speed?
Holly, clear the LS 10 left approach.
Perf climb out 250. No, Jack. Oh, there we go. 312.
Fire for picking up heavy rain below 10,000.
Here we go.
Roger. Delta 419, contact Miami approach 124.85.
Need an F9 skin with speed tape around the engines to retrieve true realism.
Sure, winds 4058, contact Miami approach 124.85.
Wow, this is, I love flying through these little low clouds in the sim like this. Thank you, Lights. I enjoyed this cloud surfing, man.
224, ready for taxi.
Saying Miami approach might be online. Huh?
Caribbean's 8638, contact Miami approach 124.85.
2484, bye-bye.
340.
And 8638, let them know you didn't get your approach yet. You need to give your approach.
312. We'll do 312.
That's for Caribbean 863.
Yeah, let him know that you need your approach.
There seems to be a lot of bad weather lately in the U.S., especially eastern part. I have the feeling, not from there, but is it normal during these times of year?
You're
Yep,
landing
it is
your
officially
runway,
hurricane season.
your approach for your runway.
So hurricane season, I believe, is officially started.
I gave you the right side, but I didn't write it down, so he doesn't know it's on vision.
Okay, we'll let him know.
But yeah, right now, this is 100% realistic. Carter, you want to know something cool about this non-X-Plane 11? See how this side of the airplane is dark?
14,
This side of the airplane is, well, it's dark now because we're in the sun and there's cloud shadows, but shadows actually work with clouds, Carter. You don't see that happening too often.
Who's ready to taxi for Tampa?
There we go. There's our climb speed. Now you can see it pitching up a little bit. Nice AOA on the wings. 312 on the speed.
One on our left, taxi Charlie.
Wow, look at the embedded thunderstorms in there. Look at that. Let me do XP's GoPro view. Oh my word, screenshot. I don't know if that you wouldn't be able to tell if that's real or flight sim. Wow.
Miami, 4 and 4 with 2004.
That view, that is a I never, I don't think we've done a stream yet where I have not been just blown away by
arrival landing east, for landing altimeter 2984.
Carter, do you have embedded thunderstorms in X-Plane 11? Look at that. No. This is getting a little bit of Verg out here. You got you got a double rainbow off the left-hand side, unless that's just the glass. And you've got these embedded thunderstorms in there. Jeez. That is just straight juice right there. Is this real MMRX? I don't think I've ever done a view like this in X-Plane 11 because it's never looked this good straight ahead. I'm always looking at the engine views.
458,
This looks so good, I'm just going to keep it on the GoPro view. And this is 100% stock.
And who was that for over Fort Myers?
Captain Frowser says X-Plane 12 has at least better trees. Well, you're right, man. We're gonna have some nice trees in X-Plane 12. Which, you know what? I'll fly my King Air 350 over some nice trees.
4531.
I won't complain about that. We do need to check the temps, though.
Let me set our Spirit 4 for the 7.
We are still plus 16. Let's go ahead and hit standard.
457 Miami
Standard.
with our contact line maintain.
And standard. It's smooth right now, so we're going to get the seatbelt sign off while we can, because I don't know if it's going to remain that way. As soon as we hit top of climb, we pretty much need to start getting ready to prepare for our descent.
One on our left, lift takeoff, flight in 210, the wind 0908.
Let me see what Fort Lauderdale 8 is showing. Fort Lauderdale 14011, 6 miles missed. Scattered, few, overcast at 8,000. So we can definitely get in. What's Miami's show? Miami right now is 7 miles light rain. 1,100 to 1,700.
882 with our contacts, 860 miles south of Fort Myers, flight level 350.
I know,
Clear to the Orlando.
it's the V pilot, man. I can't turn him down anymore.
Right, Fort Myers.
And I can barely hear him.
Cross. Moan. Is it close the cross point?
So seatbelts come off at transition? Nope, no it doesn't. I'm just doing it because we have some smooth air right now and this flight is so short that we're going to take advantage of it. But typically, no, that's still a little bit low. On real life, I wait till just about cruise altitude just to make sure the air is nice and smooth when you level off, because you could have a smooth climb out all the way, and then as soon as you hit your cruise altitude, it starts getting bumpy. So I typically wait till the last minute. All we need is superior flight dynamics, and the deal is sealed. Chris, if we can get that CFD, what is it, CFD in X-Plane, or I'm sorry, and then Microsoft, some update 10 maybe, or whenever that's supposed to come, it would be amazing.
2984 landing gets found by the CUDA 2 from 1330.
Southwest 3015, runway 1 on our left, taxi via Alpha 8.
What are the 3 little boxes on the base of the windshield?
Alpha 8, Bravo, Charlie,
3 little boxes. Oh yeah, these are heating elements right here. These are heating elements. Yep.
Fairwind 803, radar contact the up.
All right, there's Sabi, and let's go ahead and actually just look at the Tiki 2, because we know this is a short flight. We will do an auto land off of Cat 1 for maintenance purposes. So let's go arrival. We get a descend via on the Tiki 3. Oh, I'm sorry, the Tiki 2. Our bottom altitude is going to be bunker at 5,000 for 10s.
1429 call Miami.
But I don't know if I have all these fixes here. We go Tiki, Banty. What did we have in the box? We got to verify this. Tiki, Banty, he's... No, I guess we do. Tiki, Banty, he's bunker. Oh, Holid.
Fair wind 224, wind 0908.
Oh, that's right, we're going to 10 left. So Holid right there, 5,000. So 5,000 is our descent via. A couple speed constraints on there.
Center, I don't know if this is right.
We're going to star this one if I can. TP2 is starred, and the approach is 10 left.
What airport is that?
Starred that.
Marco Island.
There we go. 096 and 207 in the barrels. There's a breakout for you. Mach Alt Star. Breaking out over South Florida juice. Have you ever had to use a belt loader to get into an airplane? Yeah, of course. I don't think you're a true airline pilot until you use a belt loader to get in. All right, let's prep for this 10 left ILS. And we're doing the training purposes. We're going to use the Autoland feature. So, typically when you do an Autoland, you want to be doing a Cat 3 approach. But like I said before, sometimes maintenance is going to want to see the aircraft do an Autoland every, I don't know, 28 days or whatever it may be. So you'll get a message that'll come through ACAR that says, hey, can you perform the Autoland for the logbook? So to do that, everything is pretty much going to be the same, except we're going to brief a couple things differently, and we have to make sure that there's no Autoland prohibited on this chart, which I don't believe there is. The Airbus can and will Autoland off of the Cat 1, so it's totally fine. It will do it. It can track it all the way on the ground, and this is going to be a good test for the Fenix to see how well it does it here. 207, but we're actually going to put no DH in the McDo. So a couple different things. I'm going to put the real ATIS in here from Lauderdale. 110 at 8. Nikhil, thank you for the $8 donation, man. I appreciate that. He says, I love your streams, man. Just finished a night shift, but we'll sure to watch as soon as I get up. Hey, man, thank you so much for that. I appreciate your support on the channel, and I hope you enjoy the replay.
So the 1955, say again.
All right, 110 at 8, temperature 25. I'm pulling this off of that's an ATIS, and altimeter, the current one, 2983, which is about the same as we left it, right? So, interesting. All right, for the auto land, we need to put no
1965. Where are you
in
coming from?
the no DH in the radio box, and we should get no DH up here. That means there is no minimum, and we are setting up for an auto land. A couple other things we're going to do is we're going to make sure both autopilots are engaged. We're looking for a couple other call-outs. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I think he's going to give us a descent, which is going to be 5,000. I'm going to preemptively load that because I feel like he's forgot about us.
Spirit 1429, contact Miami 124.85.
We're going to be on the back side of the curve here.
United 2401, Miami. Squawk 4640.
Yeah, the fly-by-wire 320 is good. Yeah, it is good.
November 825, November. Yeah, that's an uncontrolled field where you at. If you want flight following, just call me when you're in the air.
When we'll use the pilot use RNP instead of ILS?
Yep, I just
Whenever it's called for, man. Could be a ton of different things. I think we're getting a decel here.
Spirit winds 224 radar contact, the altitude. Spirit winds 224, climb maintain for 290, clear direct Gandhi on course.
We got decelerate, but we haven't got a descent yet.
Southwest 3015, the wind 090 at 8.
We're going to be screaming down with the speed brakes now.
19 left, clear for takeoff, flight heading 210, Southwest 3015.
Spirit winds 575, reduce your speed 280 knots.
Okay, we're just...
Thank you to arrival. The altimeter is 2983, landing east.
All right, 280 knots, descend via TQ2, Spirit winds 575. All right. We got 280. Here we go. Spoy brake is coming out. Seatbelts on.
Bravo at
We're going to try to catch it.
with information.
Well, we're going to just maintain 280 right now. We don't need to maintain managed speed. Everything else looks good.
Tampa, yes I am.
Panty, good, cool. I'm actually going to put Cape Fort Lauderdale in here.
United 2401.
Our first restriction is tiki at or above 12, so
maintain flight
it'll be all right.
390.
It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we're going to try. Michael, I would... Windwing or the Warthog? Man, that's a tough. They're both good. Windwing is probably better for DCS,
And,
but the Warthog is my preference for the Airbus. So it's going to be... you can't go wrong either way.
5x5.
The Warthog, if you get it though, there is a grip option from FSprojects that you could just swap grips out. I know Windwing, they do make one. So if you get the right base, you could do it with that one too. So I don't know. That's a tough call, man.
Yeah,
it's a tough call.
So
You'd be happy with either one.
What was the intentions again? I can copy the rest.
Thank you. We are initially going to have a request for taxi circuits, just waiting for the other aircraft on the ground to get ready, and then we'll be VFR to Marathon, Florida.
Okay, no problem. You ready to taxi now? You want to wait for everybody else?
No, we're ready for taxi, and we'd like to join the passengers whilst we're waiting for the...
Like a little bit of rain coming in. What's our outside air temp? We definitely need to turn it on. Engine IS is on.
Thank you, Alpha Bravo, 2983, Golf Bravo.
Spirit winds 1114, contact the Miami approach 124, 185, we'll see you. Frontier Flight 13.
Gulf 1? That's so cool. I wonder if this is actually automated right now. Because if it really is, this is awesome. Gulf 1 is our gate.
2485, I'll see you through here.
That was our company message. Speed brake and ice. We're coming down. We're catching it slowly but surely.
Passing through 4000, Southwest 3015.
Southwest 3015, come on, maintain flight level 310, cleared rate Gandhi on course.
Yeah, the Windwing is going to be better for your DCS flying. What point would you consider turning on wing anti-ice? That's when you visibly see ice accumulating on the airframe. Then you would turn on the wing anti-ice. But it is a significant performance impact, so you got to be careful with it.
575, speed 270 knots or less.
All right, so 270 or less per wing, so 575. This guy's making me work.
Miami Center, November Echo 25, November,
Keep the speed brake out, 270 on the speed, still coming down. Altimeter in Lauderdale is 2983. We'll set that.
Number 25 November.
2983 is set on.
Why
are you there? Oh.
And
weird bug.
551.
2983. We're going to use auto brakes low. Let's run the numbers though. Let's see what the numbers give us. We're going to try not to touch. Try not to touch the brakes on this one. We're going to say it's good to medium. On 10 left. Apply the METAR. Landing weight is. Speed brake's still out. That's my bad. 141.6. A little bit heavier. Low auto brake, flaps full, max reverse, auto thrust, auto land. We'll go medium brakes. Or I'm sorry, we'll go medium brakes. Medium brakes it is. All right, we're back on our path now. We're 16, descending across Tiki at or above 12 with the Banty between 11 and 10. Picking up some rain now. Now we're picking up some rain. Chase, was there? Oh yeah, there's 3 pages. Look at that. Mentioned contact ramp on 2987 prior to entry. Next flight, 698, is 981 Fort Lauderdale to Charlotte. Look at that, 1830 local when it's supposed to leave, 630. Wow. That is so cool. This is all coming from the vSpirit, which, if you want to check it out, vSpirit.io. I will put the link in the description at the end of the stream. I totally forgot to do it here, but that is cool. 3 pages of uplink, very realistic. I forget. What was the gate? G1? I gotta write it down somewhere. G1. Alright, so just like in real life, let's come over here to our jet. Let's find G1. I'll mark it.
Number 25 November, you're on radar contact. 33 miles south of Fort Myers.
10.9. We'll star it. And we need gates. G1 is in the corner, I think. Oh, of course. That put me way back here. That wasn't very nice.
Climate change 9,000, and could we actually just get direct band team?
Gulf 1 is the gate. That is set.
Yeah, clear the red band. That's fine. I join the run from there.
Roger, direct band team, and join your run.
In and out of the wind, though. I love that. Or in and out of the rain. All right, it's plus 17, so theoretically we don't need any engine anti-ice anymore. We'll turn that off. Descending into this tropical depression. We are using the Latin VFR. DCDU does work, but you got to be using a CPDLC with the controller. vSpirit looks amazing. May have to add another V8 to the stable for the ones I fly for. Fubar. Yes, sir. You'll enjoy it, man. I'll tell you what. I alternate between vSpirit and PVA.
Spirit winds 575, and at Miami approach 124.85.
124.85. We'll check on what the speed is. Spirit wings 575. See it. Who is this? Approach with information. Victor. Approach Cadena Spirit wings 575. 10.8 descending via the Tiki 2 with Victor.
Range 575 Miami approach, expect the ILS 10 left, lot Delta for 2983.
2983, 10 left, Spirit wings 575. Alright, getting ready to go through 10,000 feet. Let's light them up. We have ATC on, so we'll leave our lights in the proper configuration.
10 left approach, I can't speak today.
250 is what we need, so we will select 250 on the
And information with
FCU.
just the current wind 120.9er, altimeter 2983, then
Activated
altimeter
and
scatter
confirmed.
1,200.
Scattered at 1200. Alright, we are going to auto land this one, like we said, for training. 250 selected. We're looking good.
runway
Turn him back down. Really loud. Would you consider the Phoenix a study level Airbus? Absolutely, Pierce. In fact, I would consider it as probably the only study level Airbus.
Runway 9 or line up and wait.
I would consider it the only study level Airbus we have. Wow. Good thing we're landing because they're starting to do some more painting, I think.
My approach FedEx 750, ready to taxi.
No, we're going into Latin VFR Lauderdale.
Runway 8 right,
Latin VFR is the scenery. Does the Phoenix handle more like the real aircraft compared to the fly-by-wire?
Kilo, and hold short, right,
Yes. Where and why, I don't have an answer for you yet. I need to actually get back in the fly-by-wire. I want to get back in the fly-by-wire and do a flight just to compare.
Is it Southwest or Sierra West?
But the Phoenix is not perfect. So, you know, it's not like the Phoenix is 100% perfect either. But I think in most states,
Miami,
the fly-by-wire handles a little bit better. I'm sorry, I think the Phoenix handles a little bit better. So.
Sierra West 333, expect PDC, stand by.
What about the FS Labs? Well, you know, you don't have circuit breaker simulation, right?
About 15
Correct me if I'm wrong.
For weather.
Do you have circuit breaker simulation on the FS Labs? I don't remember. It's been so long.
270 heading, 1330.
The FS Labs is very, very good.
Down to 4.
Wipers work on the Phoenix? Yeah, but nobody uses wipers in the Airbus, man. Unless you're taxiing.
Range 575, reduce speed 210.
Slow to 210, Spirit wings 575. I mean, no one turns on the wipers unless you're, you know, it's super, super heavy rain and you're coming into land, like coming into flare at 100 feet. I'll turn them on. And then on the ground, that's really the only time to use wipers. And then no point in using wipers right here. You're going through a freaking car wash. But you would use rain repellent.
1330, just gonna maintain 2,000.
All right, so leveling at 7,000.
2,000, Frontier 1330.
And maintain
coming back to 210. We're gonna have to give him some help here with the speed brake. Speed brake is coming out. No circuit breaker. So there you go. So Jamie, that would be the differentiating factor, in my opinion. The FS Labs is very good. It also is not perfect, but because it doesn't have any circuit breaker simulation, how are you going to study the airplane? You can study normal systems operation, all that, sure. You can inject faults, yeah. But to be a true study level of simulation, I should be able to come up here and pop some breakers like these and have to fly accordingly. We're right at green dot. I don't like flying around at green dot if I can help it, so let's go flaps 1.
I'm expect ILS 208, Lotto Charter 2983, November 25 November.
Exclamation point throttle.
Exclamation point throttle. Runway 10 right, 10 right.
Yep, 10 right and 2 Fort Lauderdale, 257.
Range 532 at Holly, cleared ILS, runway 10 left.
I mean, I really like the sound is 10 for 10 right here. The sound is like the rain hitting the windshield in and out of these clouds. I'm there. I am in this cockpit right now. That's how it feels like.
Range 575, reduce speed 170, maintain depth 5 DME at Holly, cleared ILS 10 left.
All right, 170 speed at Holland, cleared ILS 10 left, first clearance 575.
Trying to squeeze one more guy in front of you.
All right, so a little bit more speed break. Let me get flight recorder ready.
Citation 414 Whiskey Delta Miami approach, expect the ILS 10 left, Lauderdale altimeter 29.
Flight recorder is ready. And we are cleared at Holland. We're still 27 miles out, so I'm going to hold off, but we're cleared approach, so the light is coming on. There's VFE next, minus 10, flaps 2.
Passing 4,680 for 5,000.
Fred 309, thanks, climb maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 16,000, FedEx 309.
Frontier flight 1330, turn left heading 180.
180, left turn 1330.
We were actually below green dot.
Elbow, runway 9er, close to takeoff.
Actually below green dot. All right, we're at 5.8 for 5. We're cleared approach. Once we get within, I don't know, maybe 20 miles, I will arm the approach. You see how there's this little, it's not 100% straight here. And in real life, I shut the LS push buttons on too.
Runway 8 right, line up away.
In real life, I've had this same exact thing happen in Lauderdale, where if you arm the approach out here, the aircraft will actually, I don't know, like hunt out right, and it can do some weird things. So I'm going to just keep it in nav mode. We're totally fine, totally legal to do that. We're in nav. GPS is primary. We'll arm the approach once we get a little bit closer. You don't want to capture a false localizer. You don't want the airplane to like dive off and try to find the localizer when you're already on a path, even if it's only a few degrees from the
Miami approach, runway 47, 10,000 on the TQ2.
Runway 457, Miami approach, expect the ILS 10 left, Lauderdale 2983.
Expect the ILS 10 left, runway 457.
George, I've flown cargo, I've flown corporate, I've flown 91, I've instructed for the check airman. I won't say I've done it all, but
Frontier flight 1330, fly heading 130, join the localizer.
I've been around a few places.
130, join the log 1330.
No, this is a different course here.
Follow is off your 10 o'clock, 4 miles, turning now towards the localizer, spare wing. A321, he's at 2,000. And I'm pretty sure you're IMC right now.
I think that was So here we go. Here comes our hold it, 20 miles. As soon as we turn, we'll go approach mode.
Delta 1965, Miami approach, expect the ILS.
You can see the loc here. See how the loc is coming in? If I were to arm approach now, it would jaunt to the right to capture that. Just uncomfortable. Just technique, right? Comes with experience. Smooth as you can be, right? I'm letting the airplane stay in nav mode. Now let's go ahead and arm it. Glide slope blue, low blue, cap dual, autopilot 1+2. Glide slope is blue, 170 to 5 out. We are at 18.5.
11 o'clock, 3 miles.
We're looking good.
Down at Frontier A321, altitude indicate 2,000. 532, thanks. Use your sequence, follow that traffic.
Now this crab is because of the crosswind. We've got 25 knot crosswind from the right, And this might actually be, we're going to have to get a wind check. If we're outside of wind limitations, I will have to turn the autopilot off and we will have to do
clear for the approach clear left, Frontier 1330.
because we only got 15 knots. There's a 15 knot limitation for the auto land, or 320. So we got to keep that in mind.
Now for the airport
What is tower? Is
10
tower
left,
up?
land
No,
behind
no
Frontier.
tower, so we're looking good. We're already at 170. We're at flaps 2. We're ahead of the curve. Approach phase is already activated and confirmed. Flight slope is captured. So if we have to go around, missed approach altitude is 4,000 feet. We can go ahead and set 4,000 in the FCU, 4,000 set blue.
November Echo 25 November, clear direct Holland.
Now we're just coming down.
You said direct Holland, that's correct?
Affirmative, it's the initial approach phase for 10 left. I'm sorry, direct bunker for the ILS 10 right.
Roger, direct bunker for ILS 10 right.
Range 457, maintain 250 knots to Holland. At Holland, cleared ILS only 10 left approach.
Crossing the Atlantic using CPDLC next.
To Holland, at Holland, cleared 10 left approach.
Citation 4 Whiskey Delta, descend and maintain 2,000.
Maintain 2,000 for Whiskey Delta.
Range 1114, joint take us to ramp, good day.
The sound is just awesome. Slam, what's going on, man?
Clearances are going to have to wait, guys. I have like 10 planes in the air. Stand by, everybody. I'll get back to you. November Echo 25 November, it's going to maintain 5,000.
We're racking up the IMC hours for sure. Just above Cat 1 minimums. Yep. I actually wouldn't do, so if this was a real life scenario, I wouldn't do a practice auto land because you're actually going to be at the minimum, at your Cat 1 minimums. So it would be one of those approaches where I would tell maintenance you can't do it. But for sim purposes, I want to see this sucker do it. So here we go. Hayden, what's up, man? Welcome. Just in time for the fun stuff. Yes, indeed.
A03. Give me your
we are in
best
it
forward.
thick right now. I mean, this is
knots,
thick
at least 250 to
rain.
bunker. I'm sorry, to Holland.
Yes, I have pants on.
250 to Holland.
Weird question.
Range 224, you're on frequency? Yes. Range 224, Miami approach, expect the ILS runway 10 left, law to the altimeter 2983.
Good evening, Sammy. Welcome. Just in time for the auto land, my friend. Just in time.
But it's 5150, radar contact.
Look at this crosswind. If this doesn't blow off, we're gonna have a problem.
50 passes 3,300 for 5,000.
Right at 5150, heavy tank, climb maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 166,000.
2,500.
Radio altimeter alive.
Taxi.
Why do I have a company message? I wouldn't check this in real life, but I'm curious.
Pilot discretion, you come from Captain. Front your flight 1330, you going around?
FCOM, we had an RA on the file.
But it's front your flight 1330, turn left
Right.
at 360, climb maintain 3,000.
Let's go. Manage speed. Clear down.
360, 3,000, 1330.
Speed brake is on. If I can auto it. There you go.
2,000.
VFE next minus 10 flaps 3.
155, runway 8 left, taxi via Kilo.
VFE next minus 10 flaps full. Recording is on. Let me get to this message here.
Citation 4 Whiskey Delta, turn left.
Thanks, thank you for all you do for the flight safe community as well as your continued support for vSpirit, Mike, Tim, Tom, Alex, and Chase. You guys are awesome. Glad you guys enjoy it. I'm loving the VA, man. You guys are awesome.
210 knots.
Those are the mods. That's the kind of mod team you get to work with if you join vSpirit. Give them a shout out. Check them out. vSpirit.io.
Maintain 2,000.
That VREF speed is pretty low to BLS. 19 knots. We're coming down.
Citation 1-4 Whiskey Delta, your
Recording
VFD
is
now.
on. Check.
Negative.
Roger.
Heavy rain.
I figured. Some people are reporting VFD, some are not. That's why I asked.
They're probably an X-plane.
Delta 40, Delta 1955, they're going to maintain 3,000.
Going now 3,000.
22 knots here. If we can't get it below 15, I will disengage the autopilot. We'll treat it like a hand-flown Cat 2, which is also pretty spicy if you have to do that in
Citation
real life.
4 Whiskey
1,000
Delta.
feet, stable,
You're
and we haven't got a landing clearance yet.
Bay, turn left heading 13.
And my light is still off. That's why we keep that light off.
13 on the heading, 1,800.
1,000.
Bearing 457, maintain 170 knots or less to no bay.
170 knots or less till no base, range 4.
Confirm landing clearance for Spearwings 575.
70, please.
7 to left, Frontier 1330.
Confirm landing clearance for Spearwings 575. There's the Rabbit.
Range 575, runway 10 left, clear land.
10 left, clear land, Spearwings 575. Alright, landing light is on. That's so true to real life right there. Seeing that Rabbit, that's the first thing. So runway's in sight. You're actually Cat 1. Ooh, I actually kind of lost the runway.
Everybody on the ground at Miami. For
there we go. Runway's in sight.
21-8, please. Thank
Landing.
You.
We're going to see how it does here.
500.
8155 RNAV to Seasalt, runway 8 left with Toga.
Zoom in just a little bit. Land green.
414 Whiskey Delta. Keep your speed up. Give me at least 150 to no bay.
Roger, 150 to no bay. 414.
Alright, Phoenix, show me what you got here.
On your visual with the field?
No, I cannot see anything for 7.
That would be your 200-foot minimum, so yeah, it's still Cat 1 minimums easily.
100.
That was 458, runway 10 left, has to be a
50.
Bravo.
40. 30.
There.
20.
532,
retard.
straight ahead, take us to ramp.
It's not maintaining center line, though.
803 at Holly, clear island.
I have control. Alright, so that would be a maintenance write-up. Aircraft did not maintain directional control on rollout. Manual brakes.
And Archer's Frontier 1330.
That would be a write-up.
1330 seconds.
And you see the autopilot off, disconnected because I stepped on the rudder pedal.
210, please.
210.
And that's why you don't disengage the autopilot other than using the takeover push button.
Citation 4 Whiskey Delta, cancel approach clearance, turn right heading 180, vector for resequence, climb maintain 3000.
Alright, we'll go ahead and stop the recording. But it did a good job on the auto land. It just didn't track after touchdown, so.
Citation 4 Whiskey Delta, cancel approach clearance, fly heading
that would be a right up.
Climb maintain 3000, vector for resequence.
We'll stop the airplane here, wait for clearance, we'll clean it up.
Citation 4 Whiskey Delta, Miami.
He gone.
Bearing 457, how do you hear?
I hear you well.
Roger.
575 going to G1.
575, Tango to ramp, good day.
Tango ramp, good day, Spearwings 575. So this wiper does absolutely nothing in
180.
real life, and it doesn't do all that much in the sim. I mean, I see that they've got it to model, but that's pretty funny because in real life it doesn't do all that much either. Alright, after landing, we'll clean it up. We're going to G1 via Tango. I can't get this light. There we go. Let's go. But yeah, see, there was zero.
But it's 5150, contact Miami Center.
That's weird. Just had zero lateral control on touchdown. Probably a Microsoft thing. Alright, let's start the clock. I'm a little bit late on it. We'll take about a minute off of it.
On that heading, join the runway 9 and localizer.
We're going to G1.
On that heading, join for the localizer, Delta 1965.
I hope you guys enjoyed
November, slow down to final approach.
Our first auto land in the Phoenix.
Slow down to B-Rep, and good news, we have the local.
Yeah, Joseph, that's what I think it is. I 100% think that's what it is.
Heavy approach, runway 47, are we clear to land?
At Holly, clear ILS 10 left. Bearing 457 behind the citation that's not talking to me, runway 10 left, clear to land.
Behind the citation that's not talking
10 left, clear to land behind the citations, runway 47.
Nice little sob, or is that the new sob for silver?
414 Whiskey Delta, Roger. I guess you're clear to land and vacate to the left and ramp via Alpha. Good day.
Yep, that's the new sob.
I realized I wasn't talking to you.
No, not sob. What the heck? What is that airplane, guys?
On purpose, so.
You guys know what that is. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I'm out to get you.
Yeah, Steven, the computer flew it really well. It flew the ILS really well. It actually flared it just fine. I didn't see what the landing rate was, what it actually got for a landing rate, but I've had a mix of different auto lands. I've had some real smooth. I've had some that were pretty firm. I actually, ATR, thank you. I actually had, the last auto land I did for maintenance, I had to write it up for lack of directional control on rollout. So it did not track the center line on rollout, and I did almost the same exact thing as you guys saw here, except it was the other direction. We did it in Detroit. Did an auto land in Detroit, and the airplane was going to... I don't know if it... I didn't let it get much further off center line than what you saw on stream here either, but I wasn't going to wait around to see if it was going to come back. You know, you're coming down 140 knots, you start aiming towards the dirt. It doesn't take long to go 100 feet right or left, so... Just engaged the autopilot, and then I wrote it up for maintenance.
That's awesome for him.
It was a 256. That's pretty. That sounds pretty standard for an auto land.
Approach Southwest 3015.
I do have a Discord. Discord is in the description. Discord is in the description, and if you're watching this on replay, I will upload the. I'll change the briefing to have the vSpirit.io link in there as well if you want to check these guys out. Again, huge shout out to the vSpirit admins sending us telex messages. Just cool deal. I say today was a very successful VA Friday. Coming right back here where we started, Gulf 1. A couple of 320s over here. Absolutely love it. Or in the words of Flight Deck to Sim, superb. Absolutely superb.
457. Have a good night.
All right, that's close enough for the time. We'll go yellow electric pump is on. We need to get our extra points for single engine taxi. Confirm 2, confirm. We're going to just go ahead and tune out ATC now. We're on the ramp. Number 2 is coming down. How much feet per minute is considered textbook? We don't go by feet per minute. We go by touchdown zone and center line. And anything that doesn't hurt. That would be textbook. There's no real like feet per minute textbook that we use. I can tell you though that the airplane, it does know when you get a hard landing, and it doesn't trigger a hard landing report until you get in excess of like 880 feet per minute or something like that. So you could do a 700 foot per minute landing, and it still doesn't even count as a hard landing. Trim is a lot better, Slam. Ooh, good to know. We might just have to do the PMDG on Sunday. We might do a multi-leg or PMDG and 146. I don't know. We'll see. I'll leave it to the commercial members to vote for our next stream in the Colombia tour. We're going to be taking off out of MROC, San Jose, Costa Rica. And we will probably be either in the 146 or the PMDG 737. Thank you, Hold Short Golf Golf. You don't touch anything till the plane? Correct. On the auto land. That is correct. You shadow the controls, but you let the airplane do its thing. That's G2. G1 here is in the corner. So we're making a turn into the operating engine. I wonder if the admins did that on purpose. Let's go ahead and turn the taxi light off so we don't blind them. And got to keep that juice up in the turn. Like a boss. Oh, that was professional. I don't know what they did with the tiller, but the tiller or the nose wheel steering on the ground seems much better. I was oversteering like crazy on the last version. I feel like they had to adjust it. I'm not sure which one is the 320 mark, but we'll stop right about here. Boop. Brakes are set. Engine 2 is off. Seatbelt sign is off. We need GPU power. And we need a shutdown so we can secure our VAMSIS flight for vSpirit. So, ground services, GPU, it is available. Engine 1, spool it down. Oh, look, here comes our buddy. Joy says, I haven't been around long, but the short time I've learned a lot, so thank you. Jody Doc, well, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate the kind words, man. I hope you continue to enjoy the content. Many more streams to come. How do you become a member? Billy, if you hit the little join button below the, I don't know, like the YouTube bottom right of your player, there should be a join option. May have to do it on PC. Oh, he tried to do he tried to ERP it. ERP. That's cool. Here the PTU spooling down. That's because the yellow is on. And there we go. And now we'll go ahead and get the beacon off. Wow. Love it. All right. Make sure we can end flight. We can end flight. We will file PIREP. It has been filed. Excellent. How many spirits do we got back here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome.
Then,
Pushback, that's you?
Good
deal. Just before we start, hold on. It's loud. Give me a second. We're going to do the replay real quick. I want to see the touchdown. I want to analyze how the autopilot did.
Left turn heading 180, descend and maintain 2000.
I'm just curious to see if anybody is on short final. I don't see anybody except they're way out there. Ooh. We can watch Southwest take off. We'll watch Southwest take off. I say he's going to rotate right about here. And then we're going to watch the replay and get out of here. Probably a little bit further. Probably right about here. All right, Southwest. Everybody's watching you. Everybody's watching you, Southwest.
Bearing 224, continue left turn heading 130 to join the localizer.
Let's see, what time is it? 4:30. Excellent. Go home. Gonna fire up the grill. Here he comes. Oh, runway incursion. Runway incursion. Traffic on the runway. Abort. 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 Oh, perfect. Hit the thumb up button or the like button for V1 Productions. And the gear going up. Awesome. Into the soup. Good luck with that, sir.
Bearing 224, you're 5 miles from Nove. Maintain 1,800 to establish clear for the Alice 10 left.
This is like real life
Maintain
plane spotting.
170 knots to Nove.
I'm in the all in the gray.
1,800 to establish.
All right. Let's get out of here. Let's do this replay mode. We're going to disconnect. Replay mode here. We're going to dismiss. Panel states ready. Activate. Flaps out. Lights on. We'll watch 2 replays. We'll watch a quick one first of the touchdown. Then I'll wind it back a little bit, and then we'll get sail, and then we're getting out of here. And it's Friday. I believe XP72 is streaming next, so check him out if you guys are ready to do some more flying. I think, where is XP flying today? What's he flying? I think he's flying the Airbus. I have to check him out. I thought it was thumbnail earlier. But I'll probably be there. I'll probably be there in the chat. Ah, Billy, no problem. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, it has to be a desktop, I believe. All right, we got 2 engines running. Let's go into replay. I'm gonna zoom it forward here. We didn't see any. When did we break out? Like 500? Yeah, 500 feet is when we saw something. We'll resume. So if you're a passenger, I mean, you're just looking at this pretty much. Love the rain effects. Misty. Boston to Chicago. Cool. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a pretty good auto land for the box. Let me just do it real quick right here. Let me see. Let's watch the lateral control. Let's go resume. So remember, I wasn't flying. This was the autopilot doing it.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Had a nice flare. We are on the edge of the limit, but we're under the limits. But you see this? Look, and then I disconnected right there. So I didn't, it's got to be the rudder on the ground and the, or I'm sorry, the wheels on the ground. It doesn't correct. That's got to be a Microsoft thing. It's got to be a Microsoft thing. I hope we can fix that in the future. I really do, because if we can fix that, Microsoft can fix that, that's going to be absolutely awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll leave you with a couple more wing views here into Lauderdale 10 left. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Friday afternoon, evening now for a lot of you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of VA Friday. Sunday, mark your calendars. We're going to be back in the Latin America tour. It's going to be a lot of fun, challenging approaches, high terrain, TCA Boeing yoke, and an Airbus pilot. What could go wrong? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. So until then, guys, everybody stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya!
This is how I show my love.